Gotta keep yourself protected from Corona-chan. Excellent. So it is almost midnight. It is March 7th. It's almost midnight, Saturday, Japan time. And these are just some flu masks that I already used. They're just laying on my desk. I didn't throw them away. So no, I'm not wasting a bunch of new face masks and being a jackass. Like I already used them. So just like they just haven't been laying around. And no, I'm not buying like tons of boxes either. There's just like one box. Unlike the many lines of dumbasses there's literally dumbasses who line up like early in the morning at like pharmacies to get their flu mask, which doesn't prevent the coronavirus. You're actually more likely to get the coronavirus because of the flu mask. So you got idiots going and buying them all up in bulk and then reselling them, which I'm going to get into that because there's been a law passed recently that, I guess that something should be done about people reselling masks for profit, but the law that is made and the penalty is quite steep, and I think it's a bit too far. I can barely see. And then you got people panic buying a ton of toilet paper, which is so stupid. I did not mix that. Should have mixed that better. Okay, so I got some vodka here, some grape soda, which might seem strange to you, but I recently tried it like a week ago, and I really liked it. Although it's a little bit too much vodka. That I kind of had a heavy hand there. That was bad. I do have some beers. They're not real beer. I don't think they're like some kind of like fake beer. It tastes all right though. It was cheap and it tastes okay. Euro Hop Belgian Brew. I already showed this in a previous live stream. But yeah, I got like 3 of those left. And I got half a bottle of vodka now. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people buying flu masks and reselling them. And that is really stupid. And it's stupid for people buying it too, because they don't listen. Of course, I imagine the older you get, the more stubborn you are. So I do notice the lines, there's lots of old people. But they probably just don't want to listen. Imagine that, old people not listening to reason. Sometimes culture just gets in the way of common sense. But yeah, so now if you if you get caught reselling mask, then you get a heavy fine. I don't know how much the fine is. It's probably quite a lot. Probably too much. Probably an amount that I wouldn't agree with. Honestly, if you're dumb enough to buy into the hysteria and not listen to the warnings that the flu masks don't really do anything, I don't know. But then the other thing that really like got under my skin. It's one of those Japan things that gets under my skin. Like apparently, like the Ministry of Health. I don't know who it was. Some kind of Japanese government. Like I don't know. I think it's like the Ministry of Health or something. Like they're ordering. I don't know if they're actually going to like enforce it, but they're ordering manufacturers of flu mask to set aside a certain amount of millions of flu masks and sell them to that branch of the government so that they can hand them out for free, I guess, in certain areas of Japan where they might be in more need of flu mask, which again, you don't need a flu mask. You just need to wash your fucking hands and cover your mouth when you cough and not be a dipshit that fucking coughs everywhere on the train, and I'm glad it's not just me. I thought it was just me, but I saw Give Me a Break Man talk about it on Instagram about Japanese people having a really bad hygiene standards, like not washing their hands. I've seen it firsthand. Plenty. Like, yeah, they just don't wash their hands properly. And if they do wash their hands, they don't do it with like soap or hot water. It's just like, psst, what the fuck is that going to do? Like, seriously, like, yeah. So I'm not really worried about it because I'm young and relatively healthy, I guess. Relatively, as far as I know. I mean, I feel okay. But if I get the coronavirus, like, I'm not. It's no big deal. I'm gonna survive it. I mean, it's not really that bad. And I wash my hands quite a bit. I have an obsession with washing my hands. I wash my hands probably too much. So, and I don't like people, so I try to generally avoid people as much as possible. But yeah, what do you call it? What do you call it when a government demands that a company that manufactures a product, what do you call it when that government forces that company to sell? It'd be worse if it was giving, if it was like, give us, like we're just taking it. But they are going to pay for it, I guess. But it's still kind of like it's kind of weird. What do you call it when a government forces a company to sell or give away their product to the government so that they can hand that product out for free? What do you call that? What kind of government is that? It's not a good government, is it? It's not. I don't want to say the wrong word because I'm not exactly sure what kind of government does that. As far as I know, I don't think the U.S. government like forces companies to give or sell the government their products. I don't think so. And if they do, that's wrong too. I'm not particularly, shitting on Japan for this, but it is something that I'm like I saw the article and I'm like, really? They're ordering that they set aside a certain amount of masks to sell to government so they can hand them out for free? What do you call that? Someone help me out. It's not a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing. Government interference. I don't like government. If you haven't noticed, I probably talk about it a lot when I get really drunk and I just don't remember. I don't really like government. I really don't like when government like interferes with like businesses either. I really don't know. I don't want to say the wrong word. Like, what do you call that? Hello. It's time next Saturday. I am in Wakayama. My flight on Tuesday was canceled, so now I am there 4 days later. Should I use a mask on the plane? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Well, it seems like the coronavirus generally isn't very harmful. It is a high likelihood you can catch it more than like I guess the flu. You're more likely to catch it, I guess. It has a higher rate. But But it seems like most healthy people, it doesn't really affect them that much. They'll get over it. I mean, I guess if it goes untreated and you don't know about it and you ignore the symptoms, because the symptoms are supposed to be just like a cold. But, I think there's been deaths a lot from like elderly people and young, like babies, toddlers. I don't know how young you have to be for it to be. I mean, I assume babies and toddlers, but I don't know how old you have to be for it to be for your immune system is strong enough. And I guess the older you get, your immune system gets weaker as well. Ugh. Wakayama. Why does that make me think of Fozzie Bear from the Muppets? I can't believe I couldn't think of that. I'm only 30 years old and it's been around since my entire life. Wakayama. Yeah, their mascot should be like Fozzie Bear. Waka. Welcome to Wakayama. Yes. So it's been like a week since I've been on live. Yeah, I just took like a week break from it. And see, what I want to start doing is taking my live streams and like downloading the entire live stream after it's finished and finding certain sections where I talk about certain topics and cutting those out and putting them as their own separate uploads, because a lot of times I forget what the hell I'm even saying in these long live streams. And sometimes I feel like there's certain things where I can make that a separate video. And I know a lot of people that watch my videos don't watch my live streams. Only the few dedicated people do, but most of the people who watch my videos don't watch my live streams. So I feel like through a big long live stream, people are not gonna see like most of the topics that I talk about. Maybe the beginning, like the very first few minutes or whatever. Unless they're live and they're able to interact with the comments, because that's the draw of going live, is people can comment live. But once the live stream's over, people are less likely to sit through a live stream where they can't interact with it. They're just watching it, and it's long and unedited and raw and mostly a lot of filler conversation. But I want to start. I can't find a pen. I swear I can't find a pen. Hey, look, a pen. Wow, I spent like 5 minutes looking for a pen, and then I gave up. I was like, all right, I'm going to go live. And now I'm saying I can't find a pen, and there's a pen. All right. So I want to start marking down. Marking. That sounded weird. Start marking down what times in the live stream, because there's a timer. I want to start marking down what time I start talking about certain topics. And then that way I can look for it when I download the live stream. I can look for it and not have to I can know where it is without having to sit there and scour for it. And then I can cut that out and upload it separately so people can watch just that part if they don't want to watch an entire live stream. And I figure I can get a lot of videos out of that. Because there's lots of parts that people just won't see because it's so far into a live stream, like an hour, 2 hours in, and no one will ever see it. Maybe a couple people might see it who were there. I was going to do a thing because I have open broadcast software on my laptop, which is what I use. I have my webcam connected to my computer, and that connects to OBS, and I used to record my normal videos with that, and then I would cut them up and upload them. But lately I've been doing just more live streams. I was gonna at certain times record a video on open broadcast software for certain parts where I'm talking about certain topics. But I forgot that my webcam is plugged in to the YouTube studio. So while I'm live streaming on YouTube with this camera, I can't use the camera to record OBS. That sucks. I don't know if I got another webcam. I wonder if I can have two webcams running at the same time. I've never seen anybody do that before. Run two webcams at the same time. I mean, I could just like set my phone up on a tripod and record myself. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it the harder way and just mark down when I start talking about certain topics. Just mark it down, download the live stream later, look for the parts that I've time-stamped and cut those parts out, make separate videos out of that. Why is my camera going out of focus? You stop that. So, yeah. Was I talking about the coronavirus? Yeah, so, like, they got this law where, like, it's like a huge fine, and you'll go to, like, prison for, like, 5 years. Maybe. It said maybe. Which, how do I feel about that personally? I feel that's, kind of stupid. I don't know. I'm sure I saw a lot of people commenting like, "Oh, it should be worse. You should have a worse punishment." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Like, I don't know. These are a lot of people that like a bunch of obnoxious people, like the kind of people that just are always out for blood. They're always out looking for something to get outraged by. Yeah, it is stupid that people are like bulk buying a bunch of stuff and then like reselling it for profit. But at the same time, you got a bunch of people who are dumb enough to actually fall for the hysteria, even though there's plenty of information out there that states that this doesn't do shit for coronavirus anyway. You're just wasting your time lining up at the stores at 5 a.m. It's just a waste of time and money. You're letting yourself get scared over nothing. People are canceling their trips. It's so stupid. Like, I understand if like you're really old or you have like small children. But I think for most people, although Japan has a lot more elderly people, but I mean, as far as tourism goes, well, see, that's the thing too. I can see a lot of touristy places closing down because they're maybe run by elderly people or staffed by elderly people or have a lot of elderly people visiting. Maybe they don't want a bunch of tourists coming in. But you also have tourists who are canceling their trips because they're afraid to come to Japan, which is just so stupid. Actually, this would probably be the best time to come to Japan. You can actually go to Kyoto and do something. I've never been there, but from what I heard, it's fucking terrible. But 5 years, like, I don't know, 5 years in prisons. A fine is one thing, but like, there we go, take that off. 5 years in prison for reselling flu mask. I don't know. I mean, you get less time for molesting a schoolgirl on the train, or what the fuck, man? It's like molest a schoolgirl. Okay. Bad boy. Bad Oji-san. Don't do that again. Or at least try not to get caught next time. Pay off the victim's family. Gomenasai. Many gomenasai. Cameras flashing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the camera flashing thing is only if you're like a famous person or a politician. Many gomenasai. It is a very regrettable situation. I was drunk and I do not recall the incident. But reselling some masks, even though they don't really help anyway, it's like you're taking advantage of people being stupid and not listening to sound reasoning, because there's just so much information out there right now saying like, hey, your flu mask are not going to do anything. Your fears are they're over exaggerated. It's pretty silly. I think if it becomes an endemic, that's the problem. I can see this becoming the next flu, but worse. No crowds. Wait, what the fuck is an endemic? I feel like a dumbass right now. I should. Pandemic, endemic. What's the difference? I don't know what the difference is. Should I know the difference? Am I stupid for not knowing the difference? Like, I feel like I should know the difference. Blech. Permanently. Oh, pandemic is throughout the world. See, I knew that. I knew it was like, well, I didn't exactly know it was like throughout the world. I just knew pandemic was like a big fucking virus or whatever, like a serious, big, out, like widespread thing. I mean, I guess I should have known it's like throughout the world. So it has to be throughout the world to be a pandemic. So I didn't know that. I figured maybe it could just be like a big thing. Like I didn't know it had to be worldwide. Like maybe like if all of China had this disease only, I thought that would be considered a pandemic, but I guess endemic is just a particular region. Learning new stuff that I should have already know by now, I guess. Masks are semi-useful. Yeah, well, they say that these masks don't have the specs. I don't really know what to call it. They don't have. It's not the right material to actually stop the spread. If someone, well, here's the thing. It's like if someone coughs on you or sneezes on you, you're not gonna get it from like people breathing. It's gonna be like if someone like is literally like there and they're just like coughing. It's the bodily fluids. You're not going to get it from breathing around people. Like if you're on a train with people and they're breathing and someone has the coronavirus, as far as I understand, you know what? This is actually getting quite uncomfortable. I did it as a joke. Don't worry, these are all used. I didn't waste these. I'm not a jackass. I only have one box. These are all used ones that I haven't thrown away yet. I was just being a meme. It's not exactly original either. That's those not so much. You need N95 or higher. Yeah, I knew it was N95, but I don't actually know like the details about that. I need some more vodka. But yeah, like I think if you're just walking around public and someone has it and they're around, you're not gonna get it. It's like if you're in close quarters and they cough or sneeze on you and you get their bodily fluids up into your nose or in your mouth, then yeah, you'll probably contract the coronavirus. And even if you get it, you'll probably be fine. Like from what I understand, most of the people survive anyway. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's like insanely low amount of deaths compare. And I don't want to downplay people dying around the world because people are dying around the world. But I mean, tons of people, way more people die from the flu every year. I don't know. It's just one of those things that people are getting hysterical about. Among the many other things that people get hysterical about, and the eyes too. Yeah, I guess that. Basically, don't cough and sneeze on people. Yeah. I guess the flu mask could be good if you have the coronavirus. But if you don't have it, I don't think it's going to protect you from getting it. But it could certainly help shield any bodily fluids if you are the one who has it and you're coughing and sneezing. The big reason it needs to be contained. Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be all right. I don't know. It's just another one of those things that people are freaking out about. I don't mean to break up the thing here, but have I seen you on my channel before? I don't know. Your name doesn't look familiar, but I'm not good at remembering names, so maybe you've been on here before. What the hell is this? It's like a black coffee candy. I don't know why I just ate that. Yeah, see, I was thinking maybe I've seen you around before. Whoa, we got a handful of people in here. Where are they at? Got a handful of people watching. I guess they're like lurking about. Maybe they're at work or school or they're busy doing something, so they're just sort of watching or listening, which I appreciate that anyway. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm gonna drink vodka while I have candy in my mouth. I used to watch some of your reviews. Arigato. Yeah, I used to do a lot of reviews, didn't I? Like I guess food reviews. And then I don't know why, I felt like there was a lot of stuff where I was like reviewing stuff just for the sake of reviewing it. Like it wasn't really, it started getting really boring. Unless there's something like really, like a Pringles ramen or something, or some kind of crazy flavor of something very popular. But like, I started reviewing stuff that was like, do I really need to like make a video reviewing this? Because then I'm talking for several minutes, and then I get to eating it, and I'm just like, yeah, it's good or it's bad, and it started to get that way with stuff like chew highs and stuff. Like I started trying lots of different chew highs and whiskeys and stuff like that, and it got to the point where I'm just like it's like different brands, different flavors, but a lot of stuff tastes very similar. And it got to the point where I'm just like, it's good, it's bad, I don't know, it's okay, I guess. So I just got kind of like, if I see something really like new and special that looks cool, like unique, like there's a liquor store where they have like this like chocolate liquor and a white chocolate liquor. I want to try that. I've never had chocolate liquor, and I'm sure a lot of people have, but I want to try that. So maybe I will get that. But there's just a lot of stuff where I'm just like, okay, it's another brand of whiskey, whatever. Now, if I get like something like Yamazaki or something, or Hibiki or something, then yeah, of course I'm gonna, review that because it's a big deal. But like if it's something like this, I'm not gonna make much of a big deal about it. It was a $10 bottle. It's nothing really to get excited about. So it's just something I put into one of my live streams. It's part of the live stream, but it's not like the focus or anything. Now it's just drinking with Johnny, and I'm just live streaming and talking about random topics. And I just happen to be drinking stuff. And if there's something new that like I tried this recently, it was new, some random Belgian beer. Like I'm not going to make a video about it. I might put it in the title, but it's not going to be like the focus of the video. It's just going to be a small part of like the entire big thing. Right here. I noticed you took a break for a while. Oh, so you've been around for a while. Yeah, it was like 6 months. Yeah, it was like 2018 ended, and then I took a break for like 6 months. Came back, started being a drunk, and that's when things started getting better, like with making videos. Because before it was just becoming the same thing over and over again. Although now I'm starting to notice that things are starting to become similar again, but at least I'm having more fun with it this time. Whereas before I wasn't having any fun with it. It was just recording a video and, oh, look at this new type of ramen or this new type of snack. Oh, yeah, it's lemon flavor. That's good. That's some good flavors. And it was just so boring. And I came back after 6 months, like, what can I do differently? And I was like, I'm not a drinker. It's like, I don't drink alcohol, like, ever. I mean, I did when I was like young, like 18 or 19. But I'm not a drinker, and I was like, how can I can start drinking and then hit the record button. And that's when I was like, oh, this is way better. It's way less stressful. Just turn on a camera, be drunk before you start the video. That way, as soon as when you hit record, like I would drink before the video. I wouldn't be sober at first. I would drink way before the video started. That way I'm already drunk, hit record, and I'm just like, what's up? And just way more energy. And I can just start rambling about topics. And I stopped worrying about like cutting stuff, and like maybe cut beginnings and ends, or if there's anything egregious in there that I want to cut, like that's bad. But like for the most part, it was like 90% raw. And I was like really enjoying that. And then like somewhere in the middle of January, I was just like, oh, I need to start doing live streams. Yeah, so like for 6 months, from like June 1st of last year until the end of the year, it was just like every day uploading. I came back after 6 months, uploading every day. And then January of this year, like somewhere in January, I started live streaming. And at first I was kind of nervous about that, but I mean, I'm still not used to it really because I don't really have a good format. Just go live and start rambling. And the problem is I'm not drunk yet. I have no idea why I put a candy in my mouth. As a matter of fact, I'm spitting it out because it serves no purpose other than preventing me from getting drunk. It's just weird making videos without drinking. Maybe I have an alcohol problem, but I don't care. I have so many people. Like, I didn't drink for 10 years. And during that entire 10 years, I had ridiculous amount of people shoving beers in my face. Come on, man, drink with this. Come on, man. Everyone's trying to get me to drink for like 10 years. I used to be a pro wrestler in America, like small time, like not, I wasn't famous or anything. It was like very small, like lowest of the low in level, bottom of the totem pole. I used to be a pro wrestler, and pro wrestlers love to drink, love to smoke marijuana, love to party, love to bang chicks who go to the shows, some real nasty looking chicks. Luckily, I avoided all that. That's a good way to end up with like herpes or having a child you don't want with somebody who is just bleh. Anyway, everyone's like, come on, man, drink, drink, drink. And I'm just like, I'm that guy. I didn't do it. So no one would really invite me to things because they're like, oh, he's a square. Fuck him. But now I start drinking, and literally everyone's like, why do you drink so much? Oh, man, you should stop. Oh, we're worried about you. And people like, and now everyone around that I meet, I'm just like, yeah, man, you want to drink? Oh, no, I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking like a year ago or 2 years ago. Like, oh, I don't drink anymore. You shouldn't drink either. It's bad for you. Fuck, man. Come on. Like, Jesus. It's like a whole decade of people like, drink, 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 drink. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to drink now. Everyone's like, oh, no, I kicked that habit. Oh, drinking's no good. Now everybody's being like super judgmental of me. Now I know how they felt when I used to be all like, I don't drink. Drinking's bad for you. I guess it's like karmic payback. Although I never harassed anybody. I never like harassed anybody. I'll get people in comments going like, are you okay, buddy? I'm really worried, man. You really need to slow down on drinking. Somebody got offended because they commented like, oh, dude, stop drinking. Why do you drink so much? And it was somebody like, he was brand new. He just started watching. He just subscribed. And I made a joking comment in response like, what are you? I was like, I'm fine. What are you, my mom? And he got offended by that. And he's like, oh, you don't need to be so rude. I'm just trying to help. Oh, maybe I should unsubscribe. I'm like, oh, I didn't respond. I'm just like, oh, okay. Fine. I don't care. I don't. As a 30-year-old man, that's the last thing I need is someone pretending to be my mom or something like that. Actually, I think my mother wouldn't give two shits about my drinking. But yeah, like, people think I drink every day or something. Because what I was doing for like 6 months last year, when I came back, for 6 months, I was doing daily uploads. And I was doing a lot of like drink reviews, like different alcoholic beverages. And then I would talk about things, talk about topics. And people started saying like, you're drinking too much. All you do is drink every day. Is this all you do? And people weren't really paying attention that a lot of my videos, I'm wearing the same shirt. Like I'll have like 3 or 4 days in a row of uploads that are different topics. I'm talking about different things, but I'm wearing the same exact shirt because like I'll be super drunk one night, like maybe a Saturday or something, be super drunk, and I'll record a video about something and then end that one, and I'll still be drunk, and I'll have like a different topic that I want to talk about, but it's a separate video. And then I make another video for that, and I would upload these things daily. I don't upload them all at the same time. And people aren't like picking up on that. So they think like, all you do is drink. You drink every day. And it's like, no, actually it's more like once a week, twice a week at the most, usually once though. and I tend to make multiple videos in one night, and I'll be wearing the same shirt because it's the same night. But people really weren't picking up on that. But now that I'm live streaming, like now live streaming is starting to be more prevalent, and it's starting to take over doing normal uploads. So I guess I could see myself like drinking more now if I start live streaming more than the regular uploads. Like if I'm live streaming like multiple times a week, I guess my alcohol intake would naturally go up. But honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, the drinking culture here is insane. Like people are like passed out in the streets and vomiting everywhere. I mean, I think I'm okay. I'm in the comfort of my own home. I know my limit. And like most of the time when people think that I'm drunk, it's like most of the time I feel like I'm like a 3 out of 10 on the drunk scale. I don't know. Gotta take it easy, man. Drink some Corona for me. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I was gonna get some Corona, but yeah, it's import, so it's kind of more expensive, and I didn't feel like getting it because I'm not like I was gonna get it as a joke, but that's it. I'm not a big fan of like Corona. I think I've only had it like once or twice. It's like, I don't care. The price, I don't know how much it cost. I forgot, but like the price that was for a small bottle of Corona, I would rather spend a little bit more and just get a giant glass bottle of Kiddin Lager. That sounds better to me. Just need more ice. I'm gonna grab some ice. I just wanna fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. I just want to fly. What we got here? It's 12:30 a.m. Japan time. I'm gonna mark this down. Gotta mark some notes here. Gotta take some notes while I'm doing this shit. Turn off that. That's causing some electrical interference. My speaker. Pinky. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Shit, I just dropped the cap on the floor. That's nice. Where are you? There you are. Ugh. Shit. Nuts. Oh, well, while I'm on it, if you haven't already, let me go ahead and find it. Let me get my Discord. I have Discord, and I would like you to follow me there. If I can figure out how to fucking use it. Oh, here it is. Invite people. I mean, it's on my YouTube banner, but here. I will expire never. Number of uses, no limit. And generate a link and copy. Discord is really fucking weird. I like the concept though, but it just seems really difficult to like set up stuff. There's my Discord link. Follow me on Discord. Follow me on Discord so you can get up-to-date information of when I will go live and maybe what my topics will be about. Oh no, I dropped that. That's okay. There you go. Yo, 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 yo. Grandmaster Johnny is in the hizzy house. That was so lame, I know. Anyway. Anywho, I am already fucking this up because I said I would start. Hey, look, it's a kitty cat with a fish in its mouth. That's hilarious. It's so cringy. I said I would start marking down when I talk about certain topics. That way I can download the live stream later and cut it up into multiple videos for people who don't want to sit through an entire live stream after it's already happened. Because most people aren't going to watch a whole live stream and they're not going to see most of the things I talk about. So I can like cut out certain parts and upload those separately. So let's talk about diet. I need to shut the hell up, man. My fucking neighbors. I'm going to be like banging on the wall, and then I'm going to have to go slap him with my big American dick. Okay, I'm getting a little bit drunk. But it's true, though. I will go show them the American way, which is basically sexually assaulting them with my wiener on the face. Not a good idea. It's a joke. We're still allowed to make jokes, right? Jokes about vague sexual assault. It's okay. I don't actually mean I'm not actually gonna go do it. If you joke about slapping somebody with your dick, is that funny, or is that not funny? Because it is basically sexual assault. But obviously, I'm not gonna do it. But then there's people out there who be like, that's not funny. You shouldn't joke about that because I was slapped in the face by a dick once and I didn't find it very funny. I wouldn't find it funny either if I got slapped in the face with a dick. I don't know, but that's the whole point. Everyone's offended by something, and I'm sure there are things that I'm offended by, but that's comedy. There's always something people are offended by, and everything you say, somebody's going to be offended by it, and every single person has something they're offended by. They have a limit. And most of it is based around personal experience, I think. If you've personally been affected by something. Although, if I got cancer and I lost all my hair, I would be the first person joking about it. Like, I know, it's not funny to make jokes or memes about cancer. I don't know if I have or not. Maybe memes. I might have shared memes. I've shared a lot of dark memes. But if I got cancer, I'd be the first person making jokes about my own cancer. Probably. I've been driving for 3 hours. Ah, man. I haven't driven a car in years. I don't miss it. I do not miss driving. That's not fun, especially here. That would not be fun. Anyway, back to the damn topic that I marked down. Yeah, I took a break for a week, and I didn't drink. Well, I did drink a couple beers. I had 5% beers. I had some of these. They're 5% fake beers. I mean, there's alcohol in them, but they're not real beer. It doesn't matter. I'm splitting hairs again. I do that. I split hairs. But I had a couple. But for the most part, I wasn't drinking normally like I normally do. And yeah, I just sort of took a break from YouTube. I had stuff pre-uploaded, scheduled to upload every day. Just some clips from my gaming stuff. I'm still working on part 9 and part 10. And that'll be it. There's only 2 more parts left to finish to edit and upload for my game. I'll never do that again. I'm never going to do a normal recording where I record a long ass gameplay and edit hour-long episodes. That's just too much. Because you get if you want an hour-long episode, you have to record at least 2 hours. because there's going to be tons of stuff you have to cut. You don't want to just leave in all the stuff where you're walking around talking to random NPCs, filler stuff. You want to get to the point, you know, to the cutscenes, to the main dialogue, the main fights. You don't want to have a bunch of filler fights and a filler walking around, filler conversations, buying stuff. There's gambling sections where you're gambling, just trying to make some money so you can do certain things in the game. And it's like that stuff you cut. So like you got to get at least 2.5 hours of footage that you got to cut so you can get down to an hour. If you only record an hour-long session, you're not going to have an hour-long video. It's going to be like 20 minutes because most of it's going to be filler. So up until part 8, everything I've managed to get to 1 hour exactly. It's very difficult to do that. Part 9, I'll be able to get it to 1 hour exactly, but I think part 10, because the game ended so abruptly and I wasn't expecting it, part 10 will probably be, it'll probably be like 20 or 30 minutes, and it'll just be the finale, I guess, the final boss fight, which kind of sucks, because I was hoping all 10 parts. My OCD was like, oh, yes, I can have 10 parts. That's a good number, 10. 10 parts, all of them exactly 1 hour. And I got all the way to part 9, but I think part 10 will be 20 or 30 minutes, which kind of sucks. What are you gonna do? But I'm never gonna record a game like that again with lots of editing. Plus, my software is just constantly lagging and freezing and crashing. It's really annoying. It's hard to edit raw footage that's 2.5 to 3 hours long, because the bigger the file is, the harder it is to edit. It just crashes so much and freezing and lagging. So the next time I'd watch an hour of Lucky Hit, to be honest. Well, that makes one of us. I wouldn't. Boy, I'd have to be like completely shit-faced. I'd be like, duh, Lucky Hit. I don't know. But yeah, like if I ever did like a game playthrough again, it would be live. That'd probably be better too, because honestly, those Shenmue videos are not getting watch time or views. It is a very niche game, and there's already too many people that's already made videos about it. I'm really late on the boat. I was really late on that because my package came like 2 weeks later than it was supposed to, because the assholes who imported it didn't ship it ahead of time, and they shipped it at the last minute before it released worldwide. So I get my package way later than everyone else because I'm in Japan. And they knew I lived in Japan, but they're like, oh, we can't ship it and until a certain time because we'll get in trouble if it arrives too early. It won't arrive too early. Like, you see, I live in Japan. Like, you're a small company. You don't have that many like orders. And it's like you couldn't have shipped it a little earlier than everyone else so it gets to me on time. Because, you know, I'm trying to, like, make videos about it. So next time I do a gameplay videos, I'm going to do it just live. If I do a complete playthrough of a game that I've never played before, I will do it live. Although, it would have to be a game that just came out. Like, there's certain games that I'm playing right now that have been out for a while. I just haven't finished them. And I want to play them live. Because then I can kill two birds with one stone. I can live stream and I can finish these fucking games that have been on my PlayStation forever, that are pretty popular. I just have so many games to finish, but I'm afraid to do live streams because people would spoil it. Now, some people won't spoil it. I'm getting gassy. Some people won't spoil it, but a lot of people will. A lot of people are trolls, especially if you put in the title, like, no spoilers, please. They're going to spoil it just to be a dick. And it's just better if I just play those games on my own time privately and not tell anybody that I'm playing it, because people will be dicks and spoil it and like, oh, this person dies or oh, this happens. Like, fuck you. I hate that so much. It's like before the Logan movie came out, I had people like, there was people like in comment sections on videos that had nothing to do with Logan, nothing to do with Wolverine, nothing to do with Marvel, nothing to do with superheroes or movies. It was just some random popular viral video, and it had a lot of views. So people were like, "Ooh, let's be trolls." Oh, Logan dies at the end of Logan. It's like, God damn it! Like, fuck. Like, fucking die. Those people should just die. A bunch of assholes. Anyways, I marked down the whole diet thing at like 38, so now I have to change it. I start talking about it now at 50 minutes in, because I got to cut that out, because I'll probably talk about that in a separate thing. So like I just don't want to spoil myself on Shenmue 3. I'm stuck on Shenmue 2 still. Yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. But what I meant to say is it doesn't get very many views for how much effort it took me to, how much effort and time and anger it took me to like make those videos. It's not getting any views or watch time. So next time I'll just do live streaming, because live streaming seemed to attract more attention. Anyways, I took a break. Didn't drink very much. Drank a couple beers like a couple days ago. I drank a couple beers. For a few months, I stopped tracking my food, like what kind of food I was eating. I was just eating whatever I want, whenever I want, how much of it I want. I stopped caring. I think it was like late October 2018. I was 80 kilos. And I started, for the first time, I didn't know what macros was. I thought that was just some kind of like stupid, like bro stuff. Like, bro, gotta track my macros, bro. Like, I thought that was some stupid gym rat stuff. Turns out there's actual science behind that. I just didn't know what it was. And macros is tracking your calories, fat, carbs, protein. Like calories in, calories out. Eating less calories than you burn. If you burn more calories than you eat, you'll lose weight. If you eat more calories than you burn, you'll gain weight. And if you eat the same amount of calories that you burn, you'll maintain the same weight. That's the general premise of it. But of course, your fat, carbs, and protein ratios can change the definition of your physique. So I started tracking that stuff. I used an app. I don't know what kind of app it was. It was just some kind of macro app. I don't know what it's called. It is literally just called Macros. It looks like this. And that's a new day. So you got your carbs, proteins, fat. And you can add food. You can add your own items or look stuff up. Unfortunately, this is a Western app, so everything is in ounces, and it's all in like imperial system, which I prefer, but I'm not used to the metric system. But I've gotten used to the metric system for like food, like grams. I've gotten used to grams because I use it so much now. So I have to look up my own stuff on the internet for grams and put in my own logins. So I got a huge list. Okay, froze. I got like a huge list of food here. Just a huge list of food. And I put in, and I basically weigh everything out by grams, measure everything in like milliliters or cups or whatever, and start just weighing and tracking all the macros. And I started doing that late October 2018, and then by somewhere in January, maybe February, so it was like 2 or 3 months, I went from 80 kilos down to 67 kilos. So I lost 13 kilos, which I have no idea how much. I'm not good at the conversion stuff. 13 kilos, right? That's like almost 29 pounds. That's incredible. We'll just round it up, say 30. That's almost 30 pounds. Basically, it's like I almost dropped 30 pounds in the course of like 2 or 3 months. It was insane. And it was something I never knew about. I always just ate whatever I want for years and years throughout my 20s. Because in my early 20s, that's when things started going downhill with the metabolism. And I started slowly gaining weight over the years. And I never knew about like calories in versus calories out, macros and stuff like that. My idea, like I would go to the gym in America. I would go to the gym a lot. And I would just eat a bunch of meat and stuff and other stuff. I'd be like, take a picture on Facebook, like, oh, this is my post-workout meal. This is my pre-workout meal. Like, I thought, like, I was just eating, like, bullshit. Like, I'm bulking. Like, and it's like, dude, you're eating garbage. You're eating like Subway and shit. Which there's not, I mean, there's not wrong with Subway if you get the right stuff. But like, I'm getting like just bullshit. Like, thinking that, oh, I got tons of meat on here. And it's like, well, you also got tons of like sauces and cheese and bread and other shit like that. And it doesn't help when you get shit like soda too. But yeah, like I was like, oh, I eat tons of chicken and rice, and it's like you're just fucking yourself. You're not fucking some kind of movie actor for like Marvel where you're eating tons of chicken and rice and doing steroids and having a professional fitness trainer. You know, you eat a shitload of chicken and rice and you don't know what you're doing in the gym and you're not on any gear. You're gonna fucking get fat. I started tracking this stuff for the first time and just watched the weight just go boom. It just melted off. And I couldn't believe it. I was like looking in the mirror and looking at it. I was like, I almost got to the point where for the first time in my life, I was starting to see muscle on my stomach. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have like a 6-pack or something. And then somewhere in the summer of 2019, I fell off the wagon. A cheat day turns into a cheat weekend, turns into a cheat week, turns into a cheat month. Next thing you know, you're completely off the wagon. You know, you're dealing with like depression and stuff, and you just stop giving a shit. And it didn't really become a problem. I was still tracking for most of the year last year, but I think somewhere around late fall, early winter last year, I completely stopped tracking, stopped weighing stuff, stopped tracking, just eat whatever I want, especially around the holidays. And then throughout the new year, you're drinking a lot and partying and stuff. And I really hate to admit this, but I weighed myself like a week ago. I will weigh myself tomorrow because it's been one whole week since I've gone back on the macros tracking. I didn't macro track for a few months, and I weighed myself last week, and not only did I lose all that progress that I made, losing the 13 kilos, but I put back on that 13 kilos. And not only that, but I put on 2 extra kilos. So last week I weighed myself and I weighed 82 kilos, which is, you have to excuse me for a second here. I wish I would have kept this app open. I didn't think I'd need it again. Which is 180.77 pounds. So 181 pounds. That's the most I've ever weighed in my life. And I looked at I was taking a piss, and I saw like there's the mirror. And I looked over after I got out of the bathroom, out of the toilet room, and I looked sideways in the mirror, and I looked at myself, and I looked at like my stomach and my love handles, and I was wearing a t-shirt that normally fit me pretty well, but now the shirt's too small. And I was looking at myself from a sideways view, and I was like, I'm going to need some more alcohol, please. I was like, holy shit, what have I done? That's bad. That's really bad. So, started tracking again for this week. I did go off the rails for one night, but it's been mostly good. What happened was I started trying to do this carnivore diet, which I know that's it's like a fad diet. It's a temporary thing. Anybody who does this shit permanently is stupid. It's the same thing with keto. Like, it's just so stupid to do that shit permanently. Macros, like tracking your calories in versus calories out. Like, I stopped worrying about like protein, carbs, and fat. I do have set ratios for what I am aiming towards, like certain goals with fat, protein, carbs. I have certain amounts that I want to aim towards. But if I go over on my fat or my carb, if you go over on your protein, who gives a fuck? Protein's great. That's the hard thing to go over on, because protein's more expensive. It's so easy to go over on your carbs and fats. But if I go over on my carbs and fats, I don't care. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder because I'm not trying to like micromanage each little thing and like trying to like, I'm not going into some kind of bodybuilding competition. I'm just trying to lose weight and look good, relatively good, for an average person, I guess. And basically, I'm just watching the calories that I'm consuming Because I eat way too much. Love food. I love food. But I mean, who doesn't? But here's the magic of live stream. I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say next. And when I cut this part out of the video, I'll cut out the long pause. Shit. I forgot what the point was. I don't remember what I was saying. I'm not even drunk. I'm like barely buzzed. But that's how bad my memory skills are. You put a little bit of alcohol in me, and then suddenly my memory skills go completely like demented. Like I've completely lost it. Shit. That's what happens when you start rambling and you get off topic. I'm pretty sure I was starting to go off topic there. What was the point that I was trying to make? Shit, this is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed because I'm not drunk enough yet. If I was more drunk, I wouldn't care. Dead silence. I've always had bad memory skills. I literally forgot what I was talking about. Like, I know I'm talking about macros and shit. Long term. Right. Yeah, like keto. I don't know if I'm exactly back on the topic. I think I had some other point to make, but back onto the topic of like the keto and all these like fad diets, they're temporary. But macro tracking is something you can do permanently. I think that's I don't like the word diet. Things that are diets that are temporary are things that you won't do for the rest of your life. If you can't eat that way for the rest of your life, it's just a diet. It's just a diet and you'll fall off of it. What you're looking for is you need a better way of eating, like a lifestyle of eating. And I think macro tracking is the closest thing you can get to just a lifestyle. Now, like when you're like starting out, yeah, you know, you gotta weigh everything, measure everything, track numbers of stuff like that. But over time, you get used to it. You know how much. Like you can have like a chicken breast in your hand, and you can hold it, and you be like, you have enough experience of weighing this stuff out and visualizing it when it's on a scale, and you go, this is 1 kilo of chicken breast. This has this many calories, this many protein, this many fat, this many carbs. You know, because you have enough experience. Oh, this right here is 100 grams of rice. Like I know, like you might not be exact. If you're trying to be like a bodybuilder, like in a competition, yeah, you're gonna have to start measuring shit. But like, if you're just a guy who's trying to stay lean and shit like that, eventually you get more experience and you can be like, this is 150 grams of rice. I know how much carbs this has in it, how many calories, protein. Oh, this is 1 cup of lettuce. You know, like you just start knowing. Same with drinks and stuff. Like, oh, this looks like 300 milliliters. Like you start knowing. You just have to memorize these macros, the rough macros. You don't have to get every number right. And the important thing is the calories. The calories that you eat versus the calories that you expend in physical activity. Yeah, so like I'm not really worried about tracking like carbs and fats. Protein I want to get. I want to get enough protein because that's good. Protein will accelerate weight loss and muscle, and it'll accelerate muscle gain, muscles. But yeah, the calories is an important thing. But anyways, back to the point of the carnivore diet. I was gonna do the carnivore diet for a month, and just 1 month because I realized that's very stupid. Doing something like that for the rest of your life, it can't be healthy. I'm getting hiccups. Fuck. This is the worst. This is the worst fucking channel ever. Here we go. Yeah, carnivore diet, you can't do that forever. You know, like, they played up the importance of vegetables for so long, but honestly, they overplayed the importance of vegetables. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat vegetables, but they really because like you remember when like it used to be like, oh, eating butter eating butter and eggs gives you like cholesterol and you're gonna have a heart attack. You can't eat butter, you can't eat eggs or bacon, you're gonna get a heart attack. And then they find out decades later, like, that's bullshit. And butter is actually good for you in moderation. Butter's good for you. Eggs are good for you. Bacon's good for you. Red meat is not going to kill you. Yes, I mean, if all you eat is red meat, yeah, that's not good. But yeah, like, they, like, overestimated the importance of, like, grains and vegetables. So basically, what I decided to do was I was going to do a month-long carnivore diet. There's like different stages of it. There's the really hardcore stage, which I had no interest in, where it's basically just meat and salt and water. No thanks. And then there's one where it's meat and eggs and fish. I don't know if the fish was part of the hardcore diet. Like, it's meat, salt, and water. I don't know if fish was part of that or not. But the one that I was going to be doing was meat, eggs, fish, water, salt. And then there's the less hardcore, like the basic beginner one, which I skipped. It was going to be you can eat meat, eggs, fish, salt, and dairy products because it's animal product. But see, that kind of defeats the purpose because carnivore diet is supposed to be 0 carbs, and dairy has carbs in it. Unless you can find dairy products that have no carbs, like 0 carb cheese or whatever. I guess in America that stuff would exist, but in Japan, you're not going to find 0 carb or 0 fat cheese. No. Milk, no. You're not going to find 0 fat or 0 carb stuff here. It's very much not a thing. If you want a diet in Japan, you either eat it or you don't eat it. You're not going to find some like 0 carb, 0 fat option. It sucks. But like I said, okay, I won't do the dairy thing. I will try to do 0 carbs for a month. And I was warned ahead of time. Like, I watched people like Joe Rogan and some other fitness channels, some other popular YouTube fitness channels. And apparently the first couple weeks of your carnivore diet, you will have uncontrollable shits. Like, you have massive diarrhea. Like, you will shit your pants. You won't have time. Like, you probably should not go anywhere or do anything for 2 weeks. You should probably like take some time off because you're gonna fucking shit your pants. If you need to fart, it's not a fart. It's gonna be a shit, and you're gonna explode in your pants. And I was constantly on the toilet, just shooting out the shit like it was fucking like chocolate fountain. It was disgusting, and I was just like, this is terrible. Like, I'd wake up in the middle of the night, like, I have to go take a shit. And I was drinking a lot of water during this time too, so I had to piss a lot. So I was pissing a lot, diarrhea a lot. And this was only 3 days. And after 3 days of meat and eggs and salt, I'm done. It makes me look weak, but it's just not for me. After 3 days, I was like, this is fucking just bleh. Like, I love meat, I love eggs, but I have to eat other stuff. I was craving carbs so bad that on the 3rd day, that night, I went and got a microwave pizza, chocolate chip melon pan, ice cream. I think that's what I got. And I was just like, nom, carbs, sugary carbs. And that's when I realized, like, I made that mistake of picking a diet that was too restrictive for my needs. And it was just too extreme. And I don't need it. What I needed to do was just go back to what I was doing that was already successful before, and I just didn't stick to it. And that was the macro tracking. So for like the first 3 days, like I think it was like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it was only carnivore. And then for the rest of this week, just macro tracking, just tracking the macros. After I had that bender and fell off the wagon, start tracking macros. And I haven't weighed myself yet. I don't want to weigh myself every day, because if you start weighing yourself every day, because your weight fluctuates every day. You know, water weight, you take a shit in the morning, your weight's going to drop. Your weight fluctuates every day. And you can't sit there and look at the scale every day, because that's going to fuck with your brain. You know, like if you see that you gain weight suddenly, you think, what am I doing wrong? I thought I was tracking my macros. I ate less calories than I usually do. I've been cutting my calories and exercising more. Why am I weighing more this day than yesterday? I should have lost weight. And it's like, that's just a fluctuation. Like, it's natural. You should weigh yourself like once a week, maybe. At minimum, once a week. You shouldn't weigh yourself every day, because it's going to fuck with your brain. You're going to start messing with your macros. Like, oh, maybe I should lower this. No, don't do it, because like you should only lower a certain amount. If you go too far, it's going to fuck with your body. You only go a small amount lower. That way, when you plateau, when you hit your peak and you stop losing weight, you can cut more calories, and then your body will react to that and you'll lose more weight. But if you cut too much too fast, and then your body gets used to that and it plateaus, how much farther can you go down? You can't go down to like 1,200 calories a day. You're going to starve yourself. So like, you know, like cut a couple hundred calories off a day. And then when you see yourself plateauing, cut another couple hundred off, you know, get around to like 500 less than you normally would eat to maintain the same body weight. But yeah, like I want to get to a point where I don't have to measure and weigh everything. I don't have to use an application, that I will know what type of food to eat and how much of it to eat every day. And hopefully I will, it would help if I wasn't such a lazy ass. I don't do much physical activity. I would have a gym membership, but gym memberships are so expensive in Japan. I had 2 different gym memberships. They're just so expensive. They're so expensive. They're very small gyms. They don't have a lot of equipment. They are 24/7. You get a key card. So I really need to get one again. Public gyms suck. I've been to a public gym a couple times. Sucks. Too many people. It's an inconvenience. Not enough equipment. It's annoying. And plus everyone stares at me because I'm the only white guy there. But like, but a private gym, I can just go in at like 2 or 3 in the morning with my key card, have the whole place to myself. And I thought like my gyms were small before in Japan. I think, oh, this gym's too small. There's not enough equipment. Well, compared to the public gym, it's not that bad. Public gym's worse. And there's always people there, and you can't go there late at night. So I'd like to get a private membership back and go at 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah, I started off at Anytime Fitness. In America, I had an Anytime Fitness 24/7 membership, and they had nice size gyms. But you come to Japan's Anytime Fitness, it looks similar, but it's smaller, less equipment, not as good. Way more expensive though. Way more, like 3 times as expensive as an American membership. Then I went over to JoyFit, which is around the same price, but even smaller, even less equipment, and more far away. Sucks. So it's one of those things where you don't know what you got until it's gone. You move over to something else, and the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I'd like to get a membership back at that Anytime Fitness, because that was the best one that I found so far. I don't have the kind of money to go to like Gold's Gym. There is Gold's Gym in Japan. That's very expensive. Very expensive. Very popular too. And I like to have the place to myself. I don't like to sit there and wait on equipment or having a bunch of people staring at me, because when you're the only foreigner that goes in, people are just staring at you. It's like, I'm just trying to work out. So I like to get a membership back to like Anytime Fitness and literally go in anytime. I probably wouldn't have to worry about macro tracking so detailed if I just got off my lazy ass and exercise more. I want to get like a treadmill in here. A treadmill or a stationary bike. That way, because I don't want to walk. I don't like walking. I don't like walking just random places just for exercises. If I'm going to walk somewhere, it's got to have a purpose. I got to actually be going somewhere and going to do something. If I'm just walking just for the sake of walking, just to burn some calories, that's so boring. Same with bicycling. I don't want to bicycle just to burn calories. So I think I would want to have. I want to get like a stationary bike or a treadmill in here and play video games or watch Netflix or something while I'm on a treadmill or on a stationary bike. That sounds like a good idea. You can burn calories while you're doing something entertaining. There you go. Maybe I'll live stream. Maybe I'll live stream myself exercising. I can lift weights and do cardio while I'm live streaming. That's interesting. But yeah, hopefully I'll get to a point where I don't have to like weigh everything, because like it gets really fucking stressful. Like I was getting to the point where I was weighing literally everything. I was getting so obsessed with numbers down to the very gram. Like I was weighing out every single sauce, every shredded cheese, anything. I was weighing out literally everything, and it was just so stressful. And it got to the point where it's like, okay, well, if you eat enough lean meat, like chicken breast, you eat enough lean meat, and get your protein out of the way first. Get your protein out of the way first as fast as you can. That way you save the rest of your calories for your fats and carbs. Which is what I did today. I had one meal today. Basically, I fast for 16 hours at the minimum a day. And a lot of days I will fast 20 plus hours. And I'll eat one meal a day. That's what I used to do. Now I've been doing it this week. Just fasting for like 20 plus hours a day. Eating one meal. And like today, like I had like almost 700 grams of chicken breast with like a couple fried eggs, lettuce, tomato in like a salad type thing, a big ass bowl of salad. And then I had like 100 grams of like low carb shredded cheese. Unfortunately, I had high amounts of fat, but it was okay because I had tons of fat macros because most of my calories were coming from that protein. So like 100 grams of shredded cheese, and because of the high amounts of lean meat that I was using, I was saving tons of calories. So I can just use like salsa as much as I want because it's so low calorie. Like 50 grams of this is like 15 calories maybe. So it's like almost nothing. So I can just sit there and just pour it all over. That'd be hilarious if I just poured it all over my laptop keys. I'd be so pissed. I'd have to cut the live stream. Yeah, but like I just pour it over there. Like I used to like measure out my ketchup and mustard and salsa and barbecue sauce and ranch. It was so annoying. And like now it's just like, if it's like ranch, you kind of have to measure that because ranch is super high calorie and fat. But like something like salsa, I recommend salsa over ketchup. It tastes better. As a matter of fact, good stuff. I got it on my shirt. A little bit. Yeah. Salsa is really good. This is like 500 yen. So less than $5. Kagome. Some good salsa. Good big bottle of salsa. Yeah. But hopefully I'll get to a point where I can just sort of know what to eat. And I'm pretty sure that today I've gone over my calories. I've probably eaten more calories because I haven't done any physical activity. I'm pretty sure that I've ate more calories than I burned. But, you know, here's the thing. You don't get fat in one day. You get fat over a long period of time of binge eating and not doing anything about it. If you have, that's the thing people get like crazy about. Like they'll be like, "Oh no, I binged eat too much. I ate too much food, so now tomorrow I gotta starve myself." And that if you starve yourself, you sit there and try to starve yourself or restrict your calories too much, you're just going to get super hungry in the middle of the night and you're going to go eat a bunch of carbs because that's the first thing you go for after is the carbs. You go after all the sugary carbs because that's what satisfies your sweet tooth. And you're just fucking yourself. So if you have a bad day, don't worry about it. Just try to do better the next day. Don't sit there and be like, there are people who say like, oh, well, you went over your calories by a couple hundred today. Oh, so tomorrow you have to lower your calories even more to make up for that. No, don't do that. Because what you're going to do is you're going to be fucking hungry. Your body doesn't go based off of a man-made time clock. Like, you know, like 24 hours in a day, that's man-made. Like, we made up time. Like, I mean, time does exist, but the numbers are man-made. Your body does not react based on, like, a 24-hour schedule. Like, it runs on its own biological clock. You know, you can't just sit there and be like, oh, well, I already ate this much calories in 24-hour period, so now tomorrow for the next 24 hours, I had to cut my calories. Like, your body does not know the difference. It doesn't. It's hungry when it's hungry. So if you try to, like, starve yourself, you're just gonna... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, eating till you're full. That's what you gotta do. You gotta eat till you're full. People don't listen to their body, and neither do I. People don't listen to their body. When you eat till you're full, you're satisfied, that's when you stop. But things that are really good, like McDonald's or pizza, it's hard to stop because it tastes so good. Yeah. So, I think that's all I got to say about that, about the whole diet thing, you know? I'm looking for something here. There it is. Oh my gosh, I'm drunk enough that I can't correctly write stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm just marking down when the fuck I stop rambling about that. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. I'll probably cut that part out and put that as a separate video for anybody who didn't watch the live stream. That's my new thing. It's live. You're going to have to, I guess, deal with me randomly making notes throughout my video because I will cut out certain parts and put that up. I mentioned this earlier in the live stream, but like people weren't here. But I was going to record a video at the same time with OBS while I'm live streaming so that I didn't have to mark down and remember what times I start talking about certain things and then have to download my live stream, put it on a timeline, and cut out parts. But the problem is I'm already using my webcam for YouTube Studio's live streaming, so I can't use it for OBS at the same time. I don't know if I can hook up two webcams at the same time. I have a USB strip. I can put many USBs. I don't know if I can have two webcams running at the same time. One for OBS, one for YouTube Studio. I don't know. I'd like to try it. But for now, I just have to sort of mark when I start talking about things and when I stop talking about things. It looks really unprofessional, but that, I mean, what do I care? This is like a live stream. And basically, yeah, I'm just making notes so that I can have a separate video if I want to have that up later for people to look at or listen to or whatever. I've never heard. I do love the rude NPCs. Hell yeah. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I know they're kind of lazy clips. I want to upload daily, but it's really hard. It's a lot harder than I thought it'd be to upload daily. Like, I can't upload 10, 15-minute videos every single day. So sometimes it's just clips of stuff that I think is funny or interesting. Whether it's in Japan or it's a game. But I think it's okay because there's a lot of times where I'll upload videos that are extremely long, like a live stream. So it kind of balances itself out. So some day I upload daily, but some days are very sparse, but other days are just boom, way excessive. It balances itself out. I don't feel bad about it. I've never heard of macros. This is cool. We all need to watch what we eat these days. I think modern nutrition facts are full of myths. I'm personally avoiding excess sugar and more eggs and butter. Yeah, that's the big killer is sugar. like, you only live once, man. You only live once. So like, I'm not really into the whole. There are people who literally don't eat sugar anymore. They refuse to eat sugar. They don't drink alcohol. They don't eat sugar. They don't eat carbs. Like, you got people who are just eating. They're having boring lives. Like, that'd be so boring if I couldn't have carbs. There's people who don't eat carbs. I have to have carbs. I mean, you don't need it to survive. It's been proven that you don't need carbs to survive. Although eventually those people who are on keto and the carnivore, eventually they do eat carbs. Eventually, your body will eventually be like, I need some carbs. God damn it! Like, you can't help it. Uh, but I don't know, man. Just like eating carbs, because like I've seen the keto people who eat very low carbs, but then they'll have days where they do refeeds, where they'll eat an excessive amount of carbs in one day to refeed their body. And it's just like, why don't you just eat a moderate amount of carbs? Why do you need to be keto then? Why don't you just eat a moderate amount of carbs then? You're eventually going to fill up on carbs eventually. Keto seems kind of stupid to me. It seems like a very temporary thing. I'm not going to shit on you if you do it temporarily. If you want to do keto temporarily, try it out. Cool, man. You want to try carnivore out? Try it out temporarily? Cool, man. But like, long term, I don't know. Long term, a lot of these diets, they're what they are. They're diets. They're something you try temporarily, then you fall up the wagon. You put all that weight back on. What you need is a lifestyle, something, healthy eating habits. But I could never give up sugar permanently. I gotta have some sugar. I got some soda right here. If I don't live to be 70 years old, that's okay. I mean, I am afraid of death. I do have panic attacks about dying. Like, I'll be laying there at night, and suddenly all the blood in my body will pulse. Boom, 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 boom. All the blood in my body will just suddenly pulse hot. And I'll start panicking and freaking out because I'll be thinking about, what if I fall asleep and don't wake up? And it's not, and I'm an atheist too. I'm an atheist. I don't like believe in God or heaven or hell. I'm not necessarily against the idea of there being an afterlife or a creator. I just don't believe in it. And I don't believe in, specifically, I don't believe in any of the like man-made religions. But I am fair in the sense that I do hope that there's some kind of creator. I do hope there's something to go towards, and I don't just rot into the earth and I'm just nothing forever when I die. Hopefully there's something. I'm scared of dying without living a life that I want to do more with my life before I die. I don't want to just die. Like, if I die tonight, that'd be fucking terrible. I guess knowing you're gonna die is also worse. Like, if I got cancer and the doctor said you're gonna die in 6 months, like, fuck, I haven't done anything. I gotta hurry up and do stuff. Like, it's not enough time. I need more time. I guess that's kind of the point, though. Maybe I should like stop wasting so much fucking time and do stuff. You never know when your time runs out. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, right. But anyways, like, that's why, like, you got people like vegans and stuff. Like, you're gonna die from eating that meat. It's destroying your body. No, it's not. I hate when vegans say that. That's, if you want to be vegan, good for you. But I don't want to hear any bullshit about, I mean, it's one thing if you're all like, oh, but what about the poor animals? Like, that's one thing. But if you're sitting there like using like health reasons, like trying to sit there and say like, well, I'm healthier than you. No, you're not. Probably not. Unless you're spending a shitload of money on organic vegetables, you're probably eating a bunch of processed crap anyway. You're probably not healthier than me. I'm eating a balanced diet. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, people sit there and say like, oh, you're clogging your arteries, you're destroying your body with meat. No, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. There's this thing called moderation. Just, let's say what it really is. You just don't want to hurt any animals. You don't want to eat any animals. That's fine. You be you. You can be a pussy. I'm just fucking with you. But anyway, like, just do you and just like leave everyone else alone. But I don't know what the fucking point of that was. That was sort of a side thing. What was the point I was making? I don't know. Everything in moderation. I don't know. You can have meat in moderation. Isashiburi. Almond milk make yourself. How the fuck do I make almond milk? Actually, I had no idea how almond milk was made, but I saw a random YouTube video or Facebook video of them like having this machine that crushed this giant white thing that made almond or coconut milk. And I was just like, what the fuck? I wish I could remember what that was. And I wish I would have saved the link. Maybe I did. Probably not. If I did, it would be on Facebook, I think. There was something. Let me check. Damn it. Okay, saved. They changed Facebook. I don't see it. I save a lot of crap that I end up not watching later. You ever do that? Does anybody else do that? Like, I see some comments. I'll get to them. You ever see like on YouTube, I almost forgot what I was talking about. YouTube, like I'll constantly see thumbnail suggestions for videos like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll watch it later. I don't have time right now. So I'll click watch later. There's just so much oversaturation on YouTube, which is why it's so hard to make it on YouTube. There's just too much. There's too much stuff on YouTube. There's no standards. There's no like barrier. So like there's so much stuff like watch later. I think I have like, let me check. Let me check here. Let me go over here. Let's go over to my watch later tab on YouTube. And this is just for this account. 4,843 videos on my watch later list. And I guarantee you 90% of it I haven't watched. And a lot of that stuff's from years ago. Oh boy. What are you going to do? I just have that habit of doing that. And I do the same thing on Facebook. I'll like have tons of stuff that I'll save and don't watch or look at. Like articles or like especially articles where I say I'm going to make a video about it. Like, well, I'm going to make a video about that topic and then I don't do it. Yeah, it's probably not on here. Well, that sucks. Okay, so I don't even remember what I was looking for anyway. Don't remember. Oh, the almond milk or coconut milk thing. There was a video of like them crushing a thing and it was like pouring out the liquid into a funnel. And I was like, holy shit. Thanks for joining, Darren. Also, whole dairy seems to be the way to go for me. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of people that are like lactose intolerant, which sucks. Can you imagine being lactose intolerant? If a doctor told me that I was allergic to dairy and that I would die, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to keep eating dairy anyway. You can't keep me away from ice cream. And it's not like Japan has non-dairy ice cream and cheese and shit. Japan is so far behind the rest of the world. I mean, not the rest of the world, but a lot of the first world countries. Japan's not a first world country. What a bunch of bullshit. There's so many stereotypes about Japan that I could just talk about for hours and hours. So many stereotypes. I don't know where people get this stuff. Like, people talk about it to this day. Like, Japanese people are so smart. Oh, they're so good at math. Where do these stereotypes come from? There's plenty of stupid people in Japan. But, like, yeah, there's so many stereotypes about Japan. And one of them is, like, about convenience. But there's, like, so much inconvenience here. Like, you're not going to find dairy-free stuff. You're not going to find fat-free. You're not going to find carb-free. If you're on a diet, you either eat that. If you need to watch your carbs, you're just going to have to watch your carbs. You got to watch your fat. You got to watch your fat. If there's certain foods that are high in fat or high in carbs, like, guess what? You can't eat it anymore. You're not going to find zero carb cheese or zero fat cheese. Not going to happen. Not in Japan. Nope. And it sucks. It really sucks. I would love that. You know how much of my macros I would save if I was in America? If I was in America, I could go and get like zero fat, zero carb cheese. It'd be insane. It'd probably be fake cheese, I guess. I don't give a fuck if it tastes good. It's got protein. Um, yeah, it just really sucks. You can get like zero fat milk, low calorie. Yeah, it's really hard. You either if you can't eat cheese, you can't eat cheese here. There's no option. There's no healthier alternatives. You either eat cheese or you don't. That kind of sucks. So you kind of have to like scrimp on things if you want to diet in Japan. I feel like I should make a separate video about that. Like dieting in Japan is not fun. It sucks because Japanese people don't give a fuck about dieting. Their idea of dieting is very archaic compared to like modern day dieting. It's very stupid. Like there's like so many stereotypes. It goes back to the stereotypes. Japanese people don't eat that healthy. They eat tons of fried foods, tons of rice, tons of alcohol. They just have better genetics. They have better genetics, and they're more physically active than we are. They're more physically active, and they have good genetics. They eat smaller portions. Yeah, I guess that helps. Smaller portions, more activity. But then they got that genetics. That's a real nice thing to have. They're naturally small people, but a lot of Japanese people be very skinny. But then when they take their shirt off, they got the rice belly. Girls too. You think it's not? Girls will have the rice pooch. They have a little rice pooch. Fucking. I don't know why they think white rice is so healthy. It's not. White rice is not healthy. Good luck finding brown rice in Japan, which is healthier. I don't know how many arguments I get into with Japanese people or Asian people in general. How many arguments I get into about what foods are healthy or how to properly lose weight. People don't want to take my advice. It's like they're very rooted in culture and tradition, and they don't want to listen to like, cause like it's the same thing where I was talking about the whole for like 70, 80 years, doctors are like butter will kill you, eggs will kill you, bacon will kill you, red meat will kill you, like, and now suddenly all these things are actually okay in moderation, and they're actually can be beneficial to your health. It's just, but Japanese people, Asian people in general, just like they don't listen to that shit. They're gonna stick with like tradition, and honestly, I think that a lot of the world's like that. Honestly, a lot of the world's like that. Most people stick to what they're comfortable with or what they learned, and they're not willing to accept new information. I'm really behind on these comments here because I know some of the stuff I was talking about way behind, like a long time ago. Life hacks, they're back. People get freaked out. LOL, making contact, eye contact in the room can be very freeing. You would think so. I tried that. I tried making eye contact with people who make eye contact. It's so weird. Like in my country, it's rude to stare, and if you're staring at someone and they catch you staring, you look away because they caught you staring, and that's very rude. It's like, what are you looking at, punk? Want to take a picture? You don't want to be staring at somebody in like the US. Like, don't be staring at people. It's not cool. In Japan, you catch someone staring at you, they're not going to look away. They're going to keep staring at you. It depends on who they are. If it's like some cute girl, then maybe she might look away. Like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. There'd be a lot of guys, though, that might keep staring at you. And old people. Old people will keep staring. Guys and maybe young children who don't know any better. I'm not bothered by the young children who stare because they're just curious. And they don't have a lot of cultural diversity in their life. And you can blame that on the schools and on the parents. Yeah, they get way too like about some white dude. It's when you got adults, you got full-grown adults who are like acting like they've never seen a white person before. It's like, really? You never seen a white person before? Why are you staring at me? Why are you like, whoa? I'm not a zoo animal. Yeah. It's just really annoying. I feel like a lot of people who stare, they feel like maybe they're like, Japan is a very like prideful country. It's very nationalistic, which I find nationalism to be fucking stupid. Taking pride in being from the place you were born is stupid to me, because I'm not proud to be an American, and not because of Trump or because of like whatever things that America does, like war and stuff and occupation. I'm not proud to be an American because what do I have to be proud of? I didn't do anything. I'm American because I'm just fortunate that my parents fucked each other irresponsibly and made me, which was like a bad idea. Because what have I done? I'm a basically terrible. If anything, I'm a negative impact on the world, even if it's just a small amount. Very microscopic. So I guess basically small enough that it doesn't matter. I'm really just shitting on myself for no reason, because I'm irrelevant. Whatever bad stuff I do is irrelevant. I don't have any impact. But yeah, like I'm not proud to be an American. I'm fortunate to be American. I could have been born in some like shithole, like, you know, where I have nothing and I'm living a very shitty life, and you know, my chances of survival are very low. But I luckily live in a first world country. Yeah. So like a lot of Japanese people are proud to be Japanese. So I think those are the people that will stare at you the most. They'll stare at you, and when you catch them staring at you and you look back at them, they won't look away, because they're very prideful about their country, and they're like, "But you're the foreigner. I'll stare at you if I want to." I feel like that's what it is. Maybe that's just my feelings. I feel like they keep staring even though you catch them, because they don't care if you caught them. In America, like people are like, "Oh shit, he saw me staring at him. Look away," because that's awkward. It's very rude, because we're taught that that's rude. But in Japan, I feel like some people would be like, I don't want to generalize, but like there'd be enough people that I can talk about this, enough people that I can make a deal about this, where it's been enough that it makes me uncomfortable, where it's like people will just keep staring because they don't feel any sort of like problem with that. They're just like, well, you're the foreigner. This is my country. Like, I'll stare at you if I want. I don't feel uncomfortable. You should feel uncomfortable. Like, maybe that's me, my paranoia or something like that. I'm very paranoid. People stare at me everywhere I go, and I always wonder, and they always give me weird looks, and I always wonder what they're thinking. There's people who look like they're worried, they're scared. There's some people that look angry, especially older people. They look like they're angry that I'm here. I've got some really, really dirty looks. I got women who are like, I'd be on the sidewalk. It's a big sidewalk. There's plenty of room. And they'd be coming towards me, and they'll go to the other side of the road when they see me very quickly. And then when they see that I passed, they'll go back over. I'm just like, really? Really, bitch? Cute. But, and then like if they have children, if they have a small toddler, if they're on this side, they'll be like, oh, don't kidnap my child. I don't want your child. I don't want your kid. Your kid's a brat. Because a lot of these Japanese women, they'll have like a little brat crying on the side, like, wah, screaming their brains out, and the mother just walks away. Doesn't care, just walks away. I'm just like, I don't want your fucking kid. I don't want to, like, fucking, don't insult me. Don't insult me by like, oh, I gotta protect you. I gotta protect my child from this gaijin. Fuck your kids, man. I don't want your kids. Your kids are brats, and you're a terrible parent. Teaching them about racism early on, huh? Yeah. People don't want to sit next to you on the train or the bus, or stand next to you. This is not unusual things to gripe about. This is a common gaijin thing. Everyone will experience it. It is what it is. Glad to see you're really taking the diet thing head on. I keep procrastinating about it and blaming it on winter. I blame it on winter, and then I'll say shit like, "Oh, it's depression," which, yeah, I guess so. But honestly, I should take depression as a motivator. You know, if you're depressed about your life, that's one thing you can control. I mean, I guess sometimes you can't control it. It's all in the brain. You can and you can't. You can sit there and say, I can't control my binge eating, but at the same time, you can control it. You just have to find a way to overcome it. Like, I hate when people sit there and say, like, stop being depressed. Don't be depressed. Or if you're not happy with this, just do this. Just do it. And those people don't understand because they're not in the same situation, so they don't understand. And you can't just sit there and say, oh, I'm just going to do that, or I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop thinking this way. It doesn't work that way. You can't force it. The brain, that's just how the brain works. You have to take it at your own pace. Like, I know my way of thinking is super negative and I'm super depressing. I'm not a very positive person. I'm very paranoid. I don't have a good outlook on life. I think the worst of people. I know that's all bad traits, but that's just the way it is, man. Like, that's the way I grew up, man. I grew up, being abused by my parents and being bullied at school and being fucked over by people and generally living a shit life. So, like, I'm not a very trusting person. I see the worst in people. I'm always looking at everything of, like, well, what are they really trying to do? Like, I'm always, like, thinking the worst of people's intentions. I don't know. In a way, I guess that could protect you. But sometimes you take it too far and it pushes people away. We're getting into some deep shit here. Everything should be taken in moderation. My friend does keto intermittently, and it seems to work in his lifestyle. Yeah, like, if you do it sometimes, like, if you feel like you need something to kickstart your metabolism, because sometimes you need your body gets used to a certain lifestyle or certain eating habits, so you got to do something to spark it, to sort of like a chemical reaction. So yeah, sometimes try some extreme new diet, but don't go too far with it, and just do it for a little while. But I couldn't do the carnivore diet for more than 3 days. It was very boring, not very satisfying. I love meat and eggs, but I could not eat it for 3 days just doing that. I could eat it for 3 days if I had other stuff, but just that for 3 days, oh, it was torture. I just wanted ice cream and pizza and shit. And I was having the horrible shits. Yeah. Lactose intolerant, but eats ice cream sometimes, just deals with the aftermath. That's what I would do. If I was lactose intolerant, I'm still eating ice cream. I don't think Japan has dairy-free ice cream, so I'll just eat ice cream. Whatever. I listened to a history podcast talking about how Japan had to play catch-up to the rest of the world in math. And then when they surpassed us, they were suddenly seen as math geniuses. Yeah, I know. I don't know where this idea that they're like geniuses are. Japanese people are not geniuses compared to the rest of the world. I don't know where the stereotype is. I really don't. I don't even think it's true about Chinese people either. I think that stereotype. I think culturally they might study harder or work harder. Well, that's not true. Study harder, maybe. They might be like studying harder, but like work. Japanese people are not exactly hard workers. They'll put a lot of time into something. Time does not equal effort. People seem to think that Japanese people work hard. And a lot of Japanese people commit suicide from overwork. But a lot of that's based on how much time they're putting in, how little sleep they're getting, and how much time they're wasting at this stupid salaryman's job. A lot of Japanese people aren't actually physically putting that much effort into something. Not even mentally. It's mostly just how much time they're putting in, which a huge problem is seniority here. Like, it's all about the senpai system. Like,
Like, you gotta put in your time, pay your dues. It's not about skill or results. It's about how much time. You'll have people getting raises and promotions based on how much time they put into a company rather than how much results they produce and their skill level. And it's really stupid. Really stupid. And that's why I didn't make it as a professional wrestler in Japan, because in professional wrestling, there's an unwritten code of conduct in professional wrestling that all professional wrestling around the world abides by, but Japan is very snowflakey about it, and they're like, no, our culture is more important than wrestling culture. So I didn't make it because, like, I didn't go with the whole senpai bullshit. Like, there were wrestlers that were not talented, had no skill, they were shit wrestlers, and I could wrestle circles around them. I'm a better performer than they are. I'm better in the ring. And they were treating me like I'm supposed to treat them like a senpai and carry their bags and lots of bowing and treat them like they're a fucking king or something, when they are the absolute dog shit. And they should be asking me for advice on how to be a better professional wrestler. And I'm tooting my own horn here, but whatever. And that's why I didn't make it in Japanese professional wrestling. It's because they took their culture over the culture of pro wrestling, which I respect pro wrestling's culture more than Japanese culture, because I'm not Japanese. So, and to me, I love pro wrestling more than Japanese culture, way more. And actually, the longer I live here, the more I hate Japanese culture. Isn't that ironic? You love Japanese culture for the wrong reasons, for the very stereotypical fake reasons that you think are real, but they're just stereotypes. And then you get here and you live. The longer you live here, the more you realize all the negative shit about Japanese culture that you hate, that goes against your 27 years of American programming. It just doesn't fit. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of rules, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of formalities, lots of hoops to jump through, a lot of fucking pussyfooting around, a lot of cowardice. And as an American, I look at a lot of this stuff and I go like, I want that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to do it. And Japanese people are just very, very much about like following a very strict hierarchy, even if it's wrong, even if people are incompetent fucking dipshits. You got to respect your senpai. And it's just total bullshit. And I'm not sure where the whole point of that was. I got sidetracked on the whole wrestling thing, and I don't know what I was making a point about earlier. I'm very sorry about that. That's the one thing I feel like it should be a disclaimer on this channel. Disclaimer: I'm drunk most of the time, and I forget what I'm talking about most of the time. Hopefully, though, in the future, I'll have way more people watching, and there'll be tons of people commenting at the same time, to where I don't have to remember so much. Because the less people that are watching, the more I have to talk about. I have to come up with my own things to talk about. But if I had like 100 people watching and like tons of people commenting, then I would just be spending 90% of the time reacting to comments, and I wouldn't have to come up with so much yarn to spin. And if I did forget something, I'd have like shitloads of comments going like, oh yeah, you were talking about this. But yeah, it's really hard when it's like not that many people. It's like, yeah. Why is this held for review? Held for review. Something to that effect. I remember it correctly, this is just from my shitty memory now. Man, I really got to change that. I keep saying that every time, but I don't know why. I don't think you can. I don't think you can change that. It automatically takes out. It automatically holds for reviews any shitty. And shitty. You said shitty. It automatically holds for review any profanity, and you said shitty, so it held it. I'm like, why? So stupid. Like, how do I change that? Can I change it? I don't know. I haven't seen any settings for it. Still. I heard that it's the same mentality with Kendo, actually. It's too bad. America really roots for raw skill. If you can prove your skill, you're typically noticed for it. I see that mentality in Korean esports too now that you mention it. Oh, like the whole senpai shit? Yeah, that really bothers the hell out of me. You know what really bothers me about the pro wrestling thing? I think I've talked about this in other videos in the past, a long time ago. But I wrestled a few shows, maybe 4 or 5 shows, with this small Japanese company in Fukuoka called Kageki Pro Wrestling. They are the absolute shit. All right. And they're basically, most of them wear like fucking luchador mask. And they do a bunch of flippy shit and comedy bullshit. The kind of wrestling that I fucking hate. I like professional wrestling that looks more real. I mean, yeah, it's fake, but you want to make it look realistic. And there's like, you gotta lay your stuff in, make it look real to the audience, like a magic show. Like, we know magic is fake, but you don't want to see the magician showing off how they make something disappear, how they do an illusion. You don't want to see that. You want to be like, whoa, how do they do that? And you don't want them to explain it to you live on the show. That just ruins it. It ruins the fun. It's the same thing with a wrestling show. People in the audience know that wrestling is not real. We're not really fighting each other. It's all predetermined who's going to win and lose. It's all fake. But you gotta try to make it look real and feel real. So you gotta hit each other. And a lot of those guys would be very much a pussy, and they would complain. I would give them the baby stuff, like chops on the chest, forearms, punches, kicks. And I'm wearing kick pads. I'm wearing martial arts kick pads on my shins, so it's like softens the blow. I'm giving them my baby stuff because I'm the new guy. I'm the gaijin. I don't want to upset anybody, so I'm giving them my baby shit. And they go up behind my back and complain about me, saying he hits too hard. What a bunch of fucking pussies. You're supposed to be men, all right? You're supposed to be full-grown men. And these guys are all way bigger than me, by the way. I'm the smallest guy on the roster, and they are bitching and complaining to the promoter. He hits too hard. He kicks too hard. You're a fucking pussy, and you shouldn't be in the pro wrestling business. All right? And they take their Japanese culture over wrestling culture, which means wrestling culture is you be respectful and you be a fucking man. Don't be a fucking crybaby. Don't fucking whine. If I hit you hard, just hit me fucking hard. All right? Because I'd be saying like, come on, hit me. And they fucking give me weak little shots. Just stuff that looks like it doesn't hurt a fucking baby. And I have to sit there and like, sell it and pretend like it hurts. That just makes me look weak because the audience can clearly see that they're barely hitting me. And sometimes they're missing. They're like grazing and missing me. And I'm just like, really, motherfucker? Like, come on. And I'm just lighting them up with chops and forearms. And I'm like, come on. And they're such fucking pussies. And they didn't have the balls. These men who are bigger than me and older than me didn't have the balls to confront me in person and be like, hey, man, you hit too hard. Which I would have fucking laughed in their face if they said that. I'd be like, really? I can hit you much harder. I can hit you way harder. You should see what us Americans do when we get into an indie pro wrestling show. We beat the shit out of each other. We bleed. We will bleed. We will fucking knock the shit out of each other because we want to entertain. Yeah, it's fake in the sense that it's predetermined who's going to win, but we are going to make it tight and we're going to make it have some impact, and we're not afraid to like get knocked around and get hurt because that's just part of it. It's not ballet. It's pro wrestling. Like, it's not dancing around. It's fucking, you're going to get hurt. That's just, it is a performance art, but it's like a very weird hybrid sport. Like, people say wrestling's not a sport, because it's fake. It's very much a sport. You eat and train, and you perform like an athlete. You get injured like an athlete. You rehab like an athlete. You are performing in the ring, trying to put on the best physical performance compared to other people in that organization. You want to be the best performer physically. It's like if gymnastics or cheerleading is a sport, then why isn't pro wrestling a sport? Just because it's predetermined who's going to win. Just because it's not MMA. it's still a sport because you are competing against other people to be the best physical performer. You are training your ass off, hitting the gym, you're in the ring, practicing this shit. It is a sport. And not only that, but you're competing against other organizations in different places to put on the best show. So yeah, it is part theater and it is part hybrid sport. So when people say wrestling is not a real sport, it pisses me off so much. And I pretty much have that speech like down to a T, like because I've had to use it so many times to defend pro wrestling as a sport. But yeah, they would just bitch and fucking complain. I got fired from that wrestling promotion over Facebook message. He's like, I think you should. He didn't even fire me. He's like, I think you should find somewhere else to wrestle. Motherfucker, where else am I going to wrestle? You guys are the lowest of the low. You guys are at the very bottom of the pecking order in terms of indie pro wrestling. If I can't make my name through you guys and use you as a stepping stone, there is nowhere higher to go. If you guys aren't the ones who are giving me the experience and giving me a resume, because like I record my matches like when I would record them on camera because I want to send out videos to higher promotions so they can see what I can do, so they'll use me on their shows and hire me. But it's like, if I can't make it with the lowest, shittiest fucking garbage promotion and have something to show for it, what makes him think I can fucking go to a bigger promotion? There's nowhere bigger. He's the lowest. If I get fired from them, it's over. And and wrestling is very basically they're the type of people that would go and because they like to collaborate with other promotions, trade wrestlers for different shows and collaborate. They're definitely the type of people that go and tell other promoters, don't hire that foreigner guy. He was bad. He hits too hard. He wasn't respectful of the culture. Don't hire him. So I got blacklisted. I'm pretty sure I got blacklisted. I mean, I haven't really tried to get into other bigger promotions, but with the connections that he had, I'm pretty sure. And plus, I have nothing to show for it. I have nothing to show to get in these bigger promotions because I don't have any footage, any good footage to use. Because they used to put me in a bunch of bullshit tag team matches with comedy wrestlers, and I didn't have any good matches. These guys would botch shit. A botch means a mistake. They would make so many fucking mistakes, and it would look so fake and phony. And it would piss me off. They would make shit look so weak and fake and comedic. And I'm trying to be a serious pro wrestler, have this serious persona, and they're doing a bunch of comedy bullshit for children. Because a lot of all their shows were basically charity organizations for anti-bullying, and basically 90% of the audience was and there was a few hundred people per show. That's a good amount of crowd. A few hundred people, but they're mostly children and mostly adults who don't watch wrestling. They're just oh, we're going to this Japanese festival to eat food and listen to live music, and oh, there's some pro wrestling there. Ooh, we'll go look at that just because it's there, not because we actually know anything about pro wrestling. They don't care. I want to wrestle in front of hardcore wrestling fans that know their shit. So it just pisses me off to see these guys, and they didn't have the balls to fire me in person or to talk to me and say, hey, we don't like the things you're saying or doing. Apparently, I said or did some things that were offensive to their Japanese sensitivities. And I'm just you guys are fucking pussies. You guys could have easily just fucking talked to me about this. They didn't want to give me a chance because I'm the foreign guy. It's better just get rid of me than deal with it because they're cowards. That's their culture, to be cowardly and be oh, well, we don't want to talk to your face about it and actually have a man-to-man conversation about this. We're just going to get rid of you over a Facebook message. And those guys that talk shit about me, they never talk to my face about it. They complain to the boss, and then the boss is firing me over a Facebook message. All of them are cowards. All of them are cowards. And every time I see them doing a new show somewhere, it makes me fucking furious. Every time I see them on a radio show or TV interview program in Fukuoka, it pisses me the fuck off because I should have been there. There's a famous pro wrestler, Jushin Thunder Liger. He's friends with the promoter that fired me. He did his farewell tour for retirement, and he actually did a Kageki show. I could have met him. But I was blacklisted from pro wrestling here, and I didn't get a chance to meet him. That would have been fucking amazing. And he fucking lowered himself to wrestling for this shit promotion. And now I'm getting back to the main point. Some of these Kageki wrestlers, they're so shitty. But somehow they get accepted to do occasional shows for All Japan Pro Wrestling. All Japan Pro Wrestling is a major. There's lots of like independent smaller promotions, but there's these things called major promotions like WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling. All Japan Pro Wrestling is still considered a major promotion, but I don't consider a major promotion because, back in the like 70s, 80s, 90s, All Japan was on the same level as New Japan. And then Noah used to be on the same level in the early 2000s, but now Noah is basically nothing now. It's basically small and shitty. It's got nothing. It has good wrestlers, but it's just not popular. New Japan has more money behind it. It's just a bigger company. And All Japan is not popular. And they've really fallen down. They've really fallen down hard times. So much so that they're using shitty, untrained pro wrestling fucking clowns from small companies that suck as hell. They're shit. Their standards are incredibly low. And now WWE has been trying for a long time now to establish a developmental territory in Japan. Like there's this thing called NXT. They're putting small promotions as smaller sister promotions that can sort of like elevate independent lower level talent and breed them or groom them. That's the word. Groom them into being more professional stars so they can put them on the main WWE roster and build global superstars out of this. And they already did this with NXT UK. Now they're trying to make an NXT Japan. And instead of starting from scratch, they want to buy out an existing popular promotion and use their already built-in established talent as trainers and talent to build a promotion instead of doing it from the ground up, which I guess is smart. They tried to buy Noah. Didn't work because Noah sold out to a Japanese company. This is the part where nationalism actually helps. Noah's like, no. WWE is an evil corporation that is trying to monopolize pro wrestling in the world and get rid of all the competition. And when you get rid of competition, it makes you lazy. WWE is very lazy. They rest on their laurels. They don't try anything new, innovative, exciting. They just keep doing the same shit because there's no competition. There's no viable alternatives. So this is the part where nationalism actually helped. They're like, no, we're going to sell to some Japanese company. We trust them more because they're one of us. That worked out. And then like Dragon Gate, they tried to buy Dragon Gate, which is a mid-level company. They said no. There's some other companies. They tried to buy like Stardom, which is a female Japanese wrestling promotion. They're like, no. They got bought out by Bushiroad, which is a card gaming company. They make card games, and they own New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is the biggest Japanese pro wrestling company in the world, and I think it's the second biggest pro wrestling company in the entire world. So it's the number one company in Japan for pro wrestling, and it's the number two company in the entire world behind WWE. And WWE is trying to buy out these promotions, and they're all saying no. They're all sticking together and going, no, we don't want you ruining Japanese pro wrestling. And I can respect that. But then, like, now, apparently, there's been meetings going on with All Japan's ownership, All Japan Pro Wrestling, since last summer. And I think All Japan's going to sell, which means that All Japan would not exist anymore. All Japan's been around since, like, the 70s, 60s or 70s. It has a long legacy, but they've fallen so far down because of bad management. bad management, bad booking, a lack of stars. All the stars want to go to New Japan or WWE, and they just have low standards. And now I think they're going to sell to WWE, and they're not going to be All Japan anymore. It's just going to be NXT Japan. They're just going to buy out all the talent there and use them as either talent, like performers, or coaches, to train new trainees. And shame on All Japan for doing that. And I'm not surprised that they would do this because they're so low in standards. They bring in shitty fucking clown wrestlers from Kageki. But that also kind of pisses me off because if I hadn't gotten cowardly fired over Facebook, I could have eventually weaseled my way into working the occasional shows for All Japan Pro Wrestling. Because even though All Japan has fallen way down, it's still considered a pretty big promotion, relatively. But compared to like New Japan, it's nothing. But compared to most of Japanese pro wrestling and the world, still pretty big. It's still pretty big, and I could have gotten in on that. And then can you imagine if like All Japan sold to WWE and WWE turned it to a performance center? I could have gotten in there. I'm gonna be super pissed off if some of these fucking clown ass Kageki wrestlers weasel their way into some kind of contract with WWE, even though they're fucking terrible, and they get used as either coaches or performance like enhancement talent. Obviously, they're never going to be used as real stars because they're not stars. There's nothing special about them. They don't have any charisma or personality. They're just a bunch of generic Japanese guys who put on masks and do shitty lucha moves. They don't even do them well. And this is not me being bitter. I thought they sucked before they fired me. When I was working for them, I thought they sucked. But I kept my mouth shut about it because I was trying to be respectful and just do what I was told and trying to make my way through it. But now that they got rid of me, I can be honest and be like, they suck. They always sucked. I was just sort of going through them to hopefully use them as a stepping stone to get to higher positions, to higher companies. But yeah, I'm going to be super pissed if I see some of these dudes fucking like weaseling their way into like a WWE contract or something in Japan. Like, fuck those guys. Fucking assholes. Yeah, I'm done talking about that. Every time I talk about that, I get really pissed off. If you couldn't tell. Oh, man. I wonder if I should start live streaming games and stuff. Oh, that's the shitty part about drinking when you're live streaming. You get lots of hiccups. Fuck. It sucks. Oh my god. I need to slow the fuck down. I got way too worked up. Ugh. 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 Yeah. Who's still in here? We got 3 people in here. Who's still in here? Leave a comment if you're in here. Whoever you are. I got serious leg hiccups. Oh man, why have I've gotten a lot of hiccups today. Normally when I drink, I don't get that many hiccups, but I don't know why. This live stream I'm getting a lot of hiccups. If I hold my breath. Oh, I need a haircut. I need a haircut and a shave. I'm looking like shit. Gotta go get my visa renewed in a couple days. Get a visa renewal. Need a new picture, man. I need a haircut. I'm looking like shit. Need a haircut. Need a trim. Damn, man. Damn. There's some good memes here, man. I'm in a private meme group on my Facebook. Private meme group. We share some really dark memes. I got one here. You can't see it very well. It looks like some kind of like Dark Souls boss and like a small little character here. It says coronavirus, the immune system of men that eat ass. It's true though. If you can handle eating ass, then yeah, pretty much. Ha 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 ha. Some good memes there. Good quality memes. I don't really have anything to talk about now. I really want to do some like gaming live streams, but I don't know. I haven't really figured that out. I have an Elgato capture card to do live streaming on a PS4. I have the new chat link cable so I can record internal audio and microphone and game chat, but I haven't really tested it out yet. I don't know what kind of games to play live. Did everybody go bye-bye? There's like 3 people left. Is this a good time to end the live stream, I guess? If no one's here? I guess so, maybe. I don't want to sit here too long because I really don't have anything to talk about now. Not really. I think I've already talked about everything I really care about talking about. Probably more than that. I probably started rambling about stuff I didn't intend to. I don't know. Just keep drinking. I like how someone just joined and then they left. They're like, oh, just some ugly guy drinking. It's like, sorry, buddy, you joined too late. Yeah. That helps. Someone else just left. 2 people left. The more people that leave, the better it is. If people are watching, I'll keep going. It gives me more watch time. Because honestly, I don't really have anything to talk about. I'm almost 2.5 hours into this shit. And I've kind of run out of things to really talk about, to be honest. Oh, right. My freaking PayPal shit. Like, I started doing Patreon because some subscriber was like, hey, man, do you have a Patreon? I was like, yeah, I have one, but I never activated it. Like, I had one that I used in America, like years ago when I would be a donator to other channels. But now I'm a creator. And he was like, oh, well, activate it, and make it a creator channel to where people can donate to you. And it was a subscriber's idea, and I activated it. I was like, all right, I made it. And he's like, what's the link? So I gave him the link to my Patreon, and he donated $5 a month. And I was like, cool, man, my first Patreon. And then someone else named Jordan, he's in the chat, donated $5 a month after that. So I was like, cool, I got two people donating $5 a month. That's $10 a month. Cool. That's really cool. Way more than I thought I would get in the beginning. And then before the first month came up, the person whose idea it was for me to do a Patreon revoked his donation before that month was up. So he never actually paid the donation, which I'm not complaining about. I'm just finding it ironic that it was his idea. And he was the first person to donate, and then he revokes it before the first payment. Like, he didn't even donate once. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I did get one payment, though, from JMac217, who's in the chat. And it was very nice. But I haven't, like, set up the Patreon reward tiers yet because I'm still setting up my PayPal. And I'm sure in America it's probably easier to set up a PayPal. I had a PayPal in America, and I'm pretty sure it was like easy to set up. Of course, I was using it to pay for stuff. It's different when you're trying to use it for withdrawing funds. Like, you're trying to receive money, I guess. And which it shouldn't be that much difficult, because even when you're using PayPal to pay for stuff, you're still using a bank account. You're still using a bank card. But in Japan, everything's super complicated and annoying and slow. And it's a stereotype that Japan's convenient. It's not. It's taking way more effort to make a PayPal account in Japanese. Way more work. I have to go to the post office and change my address. And I gotta mess with my card and like get the address changed on it so I can use that card to connect to my PayPal. Then I can connect that PayPal to the Patreon. Then I can receive funds from the Patreon. But yeah, I haven't set up any tier rewards for Patreon. So if anybody wants to donate to my Patreon, I recommend not donating $5 a month. There's one person donating $5 a month, and I really appreciate that. But I do not have any reward tiers put up or even planned. I have no idea. Let's see here. I'm on my Patreon. See, now it says that this person is my patron. It says he is. It says he's been my patron for 15 days and his current pledge is $5 a month. But when I go to my account, it says one patron, $4 a month, and it says it's this guy, the JMac217 in my chat. So I don't know, glitch. It's a glitch. But I only have one patron. It says I have two in some places, but in other places it's more accurate. It says I have one patron. Anyway, where's my goddamn thing here? All right, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to copy my link here. This is my Patreon. I am a drunk piece of shit. I ramble about random topics. It didn't paste. Come on, paste it. Post it. Post it. Post it. It won't post. I don't know why, but it won't post. I keep posting the link. Something's wrong with it. It's making me very, very angry. I'm going to break something. What the F? Copy. And paste. There it is. Copy and paste. I don't know why. It's not sending the link. It's making me super angry. Actually, the live chat seems to be frozen. I can't scroll up and down. So I don't know if anybody can see that. That's fucking retarded. Come on, dumb shits. See, now I have to go to my actual channel here. Yeah, see, my live chat is not working. My live chat is not working. So I got some new comments and it's not showing up because my fucking shit is frozen. And it makes me incredibly fucking angry. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing lots of comments. It froze. I see that mentality in Korean esports is now that you mention it. Yeah, okay, so my comments have been freezing and I didn't notice that. I just thought people stopped commenting, but people are still commenting and it's been like this for a while. Okay. Now I have to sit there and look at my phone to see comments. What the fuck, YouTube? And I can't refresh the page. If I refresh the page, it will end the live stream. That's fucking YouTube for you, motherfuckers. They didn't give me any error message. I'm just now finding out. That there's messages here. It makes me angry. I looked and I don't think there's a way to change that held for review stuff. I know what you mean by trying to be serious. American pro wrestlers look like absolute monsters near death. I even watched some New Japan Pro Wrestling once, and it was approaching that level. It frustrates me when people don't match your efforts in anything. My band has gone through 3 members now due to them not putting in the kind of effort that it takes to actually play the big shows. I've been there too. Like, there's people. I've never been in a band before, but I've tried to like audition for bands. I've like jammed with bands, and all they want to do is like Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera cover songs for like a small festival or something. It's like, when are you guys gonna write your own stuff? I have like 2 full notebooks full of lyrics. I can sing, I can scream, I can do all the metal vocals and shit like that. When are we gonna like make our own original songs? And people are just fucking lazy. They don't want to show up to practice. They're flaky as fuck. Especially drummers. Drummers are really flaky. I don't know why. I think that's be a stereotype, but it's kind of true. Drummers are pretty flaky. Good drummers are hard to come by. Good stable drummers. Yeah, but I could never make it work and actually be in a legitimate metal band. And plus people always wanted to do some weird, let's make a ska, reggae, punk fusion band. Like, what? I just want to play like serious, straightforward metal. I just want to play some good metal. Like, I don't want to play like fucking 80s, 90s tribute metal. I don't want to play like something that's incredibly outdated. I want to play something more modern. I don't want to play like fucking some weird emo, ska, reggae, jazz, punk, ska fusion. I just want to play like some serious fucking metal with feeling, and it's like epic and straightforward and very serious. Don't want any stupid gimmicks. When you have a weak link, it holds up the whole group back, and it goes for anything. I'd watch some games. What are you interested in streaming? Probably. I can't play any games that might invoke people to, like, certain people might like see the title or tag. If I put certain title or tags for certain popular games, there might be certain new people who might come in, but like, oh, he's playing this game, and there might be trolls who might come in and spoil the ending to the game. There's certain popular games that I'm still playing, and people have already played it, and they might spoil it. So a game that I play is probably like Grand Theft Auto Online, because I've already beaten Grand Theft Auto 5. Or Dragon Monster Hunter World. I can play that online. Right now, that's really the only ones I got right now. For something that I could actually play live without worrying about people spoiling story plots for me. Because I'd be really pissed off about that. Because I can put it in the title, like, hey, please don't spoil this. Like, no spoilers, please. People will spoil it. They like to be jerks. Me. Peanut. I'm looking forward to a clean cut and shave in the next few weeks. Wow, man, I'm way behind on the chat. That's because YouTube, it's frozen. It's fucking frozen. Like, on my computer, it's frozen. It's frozen at the Korean esports comment. It's frozen. And I can't refresh it because it'll end the live stream. So I have to look at my phone. Thanks, YouTube. Very nice. LOL. And he's gone. Who's gone? I'm still here. Bro, that's lame. This message is held for review. Yeah, that's ironic. At least kind of a dick move. So honestly, though, Patreon can decline due to credit card issues. So maybe he'll come back next month. Maybe. That's why I didn't I didn't shit on him. Like, I'm not gonna shit on him. I was just saying it was ironic, and I was kind of like confused. Like, wait, it was your idea, and you were my first patron. So why would you? I think it might. I thought maybe it had something to do with maybe I took like a few days off, like I was uploading clips, but I didn't live stream for a few days, like a week. And I mentioned that ahead of time. I mentioned ahead of time that I wasn't gonna live stream for a week. I was gonna go on a new diet. I wasn't gonna drink any alcohol. Wasn't gonna live stream because I like to drink when I do live streaming. So like I don't know. I thought maybe it had something to do with maybe he thought that I disappeared and wasn't coming back. But I'm here. But yeah, it is what it is. Here's the hoping. Kampai. Message helpful reviews. Hello, Johnny. I've been to Fukuoka. I don't know why. Every time someone types in Fukuoka, it holds the comment for review because it thinks you're saying fuck. Like Fukuoka. So stupid. Okay, so cool. I've shared my Patreon link 3 times. If you guys have seen it, if anybody has seen it that is new here or hasn't already gone there, I'm not going to beg for it because honestly, I don't make good content. But if anybody is like feeling generous and they got some extra money to spare, I like how I did this. That's so lame. It looks so fucking cringy. If anybody's got any extra money to spare, I will gladly accept it in via monthly donations on Patreon. I have the link there. I put 3 times because it won't show up here, and I accidentally put it 3 times. But if anybody's interested in that, I could totally use some money. I'm a broke foreigner in Japan. I'm a broke, drunk foreigner in Japan. I'm not above donations. I'll take what I can get, even if it's like $1. It's like, yeah, that's still good. More than I expect or deserve. Yeah. So it's just one of those things I'm gonna pimp out from now on. People will be like, man, he keeps talking about his Patreon. It's like, well, fuck. I'm never gonna get monetized by YouTube. Never. I'll probably get enough watch time, but I'll never get enough subscribers. I'm never gonna get 1,000 subscribers. I'm like 280 right now. I'll never get 1,000. Jeez, it's been like 3.5 years. I'll never get 1,000. How is life in Fukuoka as a gaijin these days? I don't know. Compared to the rest of Japan, I don't really have a comparison. I don't know. I don't really have anything to compare it to. I mean, if you're asking if my life is good in Japan, no, not really. I probably would have been better off staying in Kentucky. I don't know, though. I guess it's an experience. I guess it's a challenge. I guess I probably have a lot more money. I'd have a lot more money and things would be a lot more convenient if I was in Kentucky still, but I guess it's more of a challenge and more interesting and certainly gives me a lot of stories to tell. Living in Japan, it's interesting, I guess. I took a chance and went for it, gave it the old college try. Yeah, it could be decline card. He's trying to fix it, so yeah. I think my internet is shitting out right now. Unfortunately, this ISP is in the Stone Ages. Yeah, I should be getting new internet soon. Probably by the end of the month. Be faster, cheaper than this. There were 2 drummer there. LOL 2 were drummers. That's hilarious. Yeah. I'm really behind on these comments, aren't I? That's hilarious. Like, I'm sitting there going like, oh, I wish I had like 100 people watching. It'd be so much less stressful because I have to talk less. and I can interact with comments 90% of the time instead of coming up with my own topics to talk about, which takes way more brain power and effort, especially when you're drunk and you forget stuff. But I can barely keep up with just comments from like 2 or 3 people. I'm a young grasshopper. I need to get more experience before I move up in level. Maybe someday I'll have like 100 people watching my live stream. Which leads me to share my videos. Share my videos on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Discord, your whatever other social media there is. I dropped my phone. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. So share my videos as hard as you can, as often as you can, in many places you can. Yeah. Hopefully people watch this shit. I don't know. I could watch either of those, actually. See, this is the problem with me not keeping up with the comments. I think you're talking about the games. Grand Theft Auto and Monster Hunter. Yeah, you know, I might do that. I'm gonna like my own video. I just liked my own video. That's so fucking lame. Actually, that helps. If you like your own video, it helps. There's nothing in the rules against that. You can actually do that. Yeah, if I do a live stream for gaming, like I'm worried that if I end this live stream now and set up a new live stream for gaming, I'm worried that people will drop off and they won't join me on the gaming stuff. Like I really want to get on some gaming. Here's the thing, like Monster Hunter World is kind of boring. I don't know if it's a game that's really that interesting. It's kind of a pain in the ass to play. It's not a very good game. I bought it because it was on Black Friday sale. It was like $15, but it's not that good of a game. That's just my personal opinion. The concept seems cool, but the execution is weak, and it's not very fun trying to connect with people. And most people don't have microphones to like talk to people, and most people are too higher in level, and they don't want to deal with new players like me. They're too busy level grinding, and they don't want to mess with people like me. Grand Theft Auto Online. I have an account on Xbox One, but I have a new account on. I don't have Xbox Live Gold, but I have PlayStation Plus, and I bought GTA 5 on sale for Black Friday, and I want to start a brand new account for GTA 5. So I don't know how much. If I started a live stream, it would be me setting up my GTA Online account, a new account, and it would be me starting out. So I don't know how that would go. If that would be boring as fuck. I don't know how long. I forgot how long because it's been so many years since I made an account for GTA Online. So I don't know how long it would take up to set up, or how long it would to set up your character and like shit like that. But if there's interest, in that, then maybe I can end this live stream, go take a piss, and you know what? Actually, I'll go ahead and just turn on my PS4 right now. Go ahead and turn on my PS4 right now and maybe set it up now while I'm talking. Just set it up. Let's see if I can set up my GTA Online account for PS4. And I need to... Oh, snap. That's so loud. I'm probably too loud too. My neighbors are probably like pissed off. But they're Japanese. They're not going to do anything about it. They might bang on the wall sometimes if I get too loud. But most of the time, they probably don't say shit. They probably don't say shit 90% of the time. They probably would bang on the wall way more if they weren't Japanese. If they were American, they'd probably be like, shut the fuck up. They'd probably be like banging on my front door like, I'll kill you. Let's see here. Oh, that's Netflix. Oh, I love Netflix. Netflix is so amazing, isn't it? I have to pee. All right, I tell you what. Let's see what we got here. Red the barber. Okay. Boom. Let me save this game. I'm in the middle of a game right now. I'm gonna save it. All right, cool. And then let me exit that. Close. I have to pee really bad. It's really hard to focus. I'm definitely getting drunk right now. I'm starting to get a little drunk. I know I appear more drunk to you guys than I think I am. But I know how far I can go before I'm like falling down on the ground and laughing hysterically and throwing up. And I'm just not there. I'm like 3 or 4 out of 10. I definitely can handle way more liquor right now. And I probably will get way more drunk. Okay, where is it? I did finish Days Gone recently. I finally finished Days Gone, so I can actually talk about that. I could play Days Gone and fight some hordes. You know, those are hard. Let's go over to. I have to pee really bad. I'm about to piss my pants. Why am I saying that? I'm about to fucking piss my pants. I'm not joking. All right, I'm gonna go to my game library. Library. And where is it? Where is Grand Theft Auto Online? There it is. I found it. All right, there's Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm gonna take a piss real quick. All right, I'm gonna go take a piss, and then I'm gonna start Grand Theft Auto 5 and try to set it up. Nagasaki Strider now available. That sounds cringy. But yeah, I'm gonna take a piss, and then I'm gonna fucking get some more ice, and then I'm gonna set up my account, and then I'll end the live stream. Technically, I started this live stream before midnight. That counts as yesterday's video. This video counts as yesterday's video because technically I started it before midnight. Now I'm going to start a new live stream for gaming, and that's going to be the next day's video. Yeah, technicalities for lazy people. All right. I'm going to take a piss real quick. Ugh. La 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 la. Hello. Oh, I took a piss. I had to go say hi to my puppy, my beagle puppy. She was sleeping, but I was like, oh, I talk like a weirdo. I'm like, oh, that little good puppy. Ooh, I love you. I'm weird. And now my cat wants attention. Shut up. Yeah, but like, Is it just me? Am I the only person? Man, today I'm drunk. Hell yeah, dude, me too. I'm drunk. Yeah. Finally, someone else is drunk. I'm still drinking. I'm having a good time. I'm about to play some video games. Man, today I'm about to play some video games. I'm about to end this live stream in a few minutes and do a live stream for gaming. It's gonna be sick. But yeah, like I was like petting my beagle puppy. She's like 5 months old. I don't know if I'm the only one that likes this. Like some people are like, "Oh, dog smells bad. Oh, it smells like a dog." I like the smell of dog. Like I'd be like, she'd give me a hug. She'd jump on me and give me a hug, and you know, like the dog. The dogs have a very specific dog smell. I like the smell. I think dogs smell good. Is that weird? Am I fucking weirdo? Should I delete this live stream right now? I think dogs smell good. It's like people like the smell of trees or grass or hay or like farm smells. I think it's very comforting. It makes me think of like a farm. Like it's very rustic countryside. How do I explain it? Yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. It's like the countryside, very nature smelling. It doesn't smell bad. Like people don't like that smell, but I think it's very comforting. So yeah, I'm okay with the smell of dog or cat, you know. Maybe that's just me. I hope that's not just me. It can't be, because I'm not like special or anything. There's got to be plenty of people who think that, because there's nothing special or like crazy about me. At least I don't think so. Yeah, if they're wet, they smell really bad. I'm talking about when they're dry. Like we give like I give. Like she's had a bath. She's had a bath recently. So she's very clean. She's a very clean indoors type of dog. So it's just a normal smell. It's just a normal dog smell. I don't know what it's from their fur, I guess. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so I have an Elgato capture card. It's got HD cable and an HD cable, I think, and an attachment for my chat link cable. But it's on the floor. It's on my desk, but it gets put on the floor because my cat constantly goes behind my desk, in between the wall and my desk, and his tail hooks onto different cords and rips stuff out. I need to have a more organized, clean way of, having my cords set up. And it's on the floor right now. I keep putting it back up on my desk, but it gets back on the floor. So I got to go around. So this office over here is slide glass doors to the balcony. And behind my desk, right here, where my camera is, and my here, I'll just show you. You know what? Do. Okay, so there's my monitor. There's some mugs. There's Mr. Popo and my PS4. Some stuff. Lots of trash. Oh my gosh! No! It's so bad. Oh no. Okay, you're not supposed to see all that. There's my ring light. But anyways, there is a slide glass door, or not glass door, but Japanese paper door, like this double doors. You see it? There's double doors. There's like a desk up there of shit. What do we got up here? Some figures. Ugh. Some Dragon Ball stuff and other shit. God, what a fucking mess. Holy shit. What is that? What is this? Kumamoto? That's Kumamon. Anyways, I gotta go back there, open up that. Jesus Christ. What a mess. I gotta go open that door up so I can get access to all my cords and shit, because it's up against the wall. But because Japanese apartments are so small, I put my desk up against the wall that has the double-sided doors. So if I want to come inside, I can get through that door right there where that jacket is. Yeah. There's a door right there. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, there's a door. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because everything is reversed. I'm trying to figure out where stuff is, but everything's mirrored. On my preview screen, everything is mirrored. It's like reverse. So I'm fucking it up. Where's my fucking there's like fucking door there. There's a door there. Whatever. There's a door there. It's part of the huge double-sided door. Welcome to Japan. Anyways, I gotta go back there and fuck with my cords and put it back up on my desk. Yeah, man, everything's a big fucking mess. Everything's compact. Someday, I hope that I can get things nice and set up. Honestly, I think that's what I'd be saving up my Patreon donations for, is making the place look better so I won't have to use a green screen all the time. I like to have some nice shelf. I don't have any shelving. I have lots of figures in a closet. I have another closet. I have a closet over there. Tons of figures that I have never opened in bags and boxes. Tons of figures, and I need shelving because it's very cheap to buy like figures here. But I never bought any shelving. I probably use Patreon money, PayPal donations for like buying shelving, like IKEA shit. Shelving, soundproofing pads. I need some soundproofing pads. That'd be nice. Put some soundproof foam on the walls or something. I don't know. That's what I would do. I wouldn't worry about camera or microphones and shit. I feel like I'm okay with that. I'm never gonna be some super high level YouTuber. I'm just like, I just want to make it look a little cooler, make it look more presentable for people who watch my channel, because this is very boring. It's very clean and sterile, which I like. I don't want to show a bunch of nasty shit. It gets worse behind here. You think that was bad? It gets so like 100 times worse. I'm disgusting. I'm a hoarder and I'm a fucking messy, lazy person. So this is nice and clean and sterile for now, but it gets pretty boring, and hopefully I can have a nice, cool gaming room, so it looks cool for people who watch. They click on the video and they go, oh, that's an interesting backdrop instead of just green. Shut up, cat. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and fucking... What? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat is meow. I'm going to set up my stuff here. See, I just got random bags of anime figures right here. Just random bags right there in my closet, up there. Just I'm gonna go get my cords together and set this up here. I'm gonna start this game. Boom. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I am setting up my game here, or setting up my capture card here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and put it up here. And I got some wires here, but I don't know what to fucking do with it. Okay, I got my capture card, but I don't know where my chat link is. Where's my chat link cable? It seems to be missing. Well, that's not good. I'm missing my chat link cable. Where the fuck is it? Shit, I'm missing my chat link cable. Your audio is better than many OJ vloggers on, so don't worry about it. Haha. Shelving would liven up a bit. Yeah. This is not a very good microphone. It was only $50. It's only $50. This webcam that I have, this is my webcam. I don't know if you can see that. It's a very popular webcam. Logitech. It's a Logitech webcam, 1080p. It's a very basic webcam that's very popular. A lot of people use this. It was like $90 or $100, and I got it like 4 years ago. But this one I got last summer, and it was only $50. It's not very good. But if I add some effects to it, like live streaming, I can't add any cool effects. Same with live streaming on Elgato. But if I use my OBS, I can add a noise suppressor and other audio effects to make it sound better. But hopefully it sounds okay on the YouTube live. Let me open back up my YouTube channel because this is still frozen. So I have to open this back up. That sucks. Hopefully when I start a new live stream, it should be okay and it'll refresh that. Display calibration. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to load story mode. What the fuck? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit the home button and go back to home because I don't want it to start doing stuff without my consent. I don't actually remember if it automatically takes you to story mode because I haven't played in years. Grand Theft Auto 5. I can't find my chat link cable. I got my Elgato capture card up here, but I don't know where my chat link cable is. That is the biggest problem. I absolutely need that. Otherwise, I cannot live stream from my PlayStation. It's impossible. I could live stream if I used headphones. If I put headphones into this, I can hear the internal audio, but then you guys would not hear the internal audio, and you wouldn't be able to hear. You might be able to hear my microphone shit, but if I played the sound on my monitor, you would hear the internal audio, and you would hear the external audio from the monitor at the same time. So you would hear two sources of the same exact audio at the same time. So it would be like a giant echo and it would sound like shit. And then on top of that, you would have my microphone recording me. So that's like 3 separate tracks of audio, and 2 of them are like conflicting with each other. It would sound like shit. So that's what the chat link is for. And I cannot find the chat link for the life of me. What the fuck? I had it hooked up. It's probably under here somewhere. I'm gonna fucking bang my head on something. Oh, well, see, I didn't expect to stream any gaming tonight, so I'm I didn't expect to do any gaming. What the fuck, dudes? Motherfucker. That's fucking lame. Ugh, where the fuck is my chat link? It's gotta be here somewhere. Oh! Okay, I'm drunk enough, but I lost my balance. I have no idea where my chat link cable is. That's really upsetting. Here it is! I found it! Oh my god. Try clicking the pop-out chat and YouTube chat options. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Pop-out chat. Ha, very nice. Restore chat. Boom. I tried to restore chat and it fucking did it again. Okay, I guess I have to leave it in pop-out. Pop-out chat. And then I'll put it over to the right here so it's not in the way. Cool. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for telling me about that. I saw it, but I didn't know what it meant, really. I didn't pay attention. Like, I saw it a long time ago. I just never clicked on it. And I totally forgot about it. So thank you for that. Yeah. So this is my Elgato. Let me see. This is my Elgato capture card. It's very dirty and dusty and gross. It's like 4 years old. It's outdated. They have a new Elgato capture card that can capture 4K. I'd like to get it. I don't have that kind of money. I'm a poor piece of shit. But anyways, this is a official Elgato chat link cable. I have no idea how it works. Okay, I've never really used it properly. This part goes into the input on the capture card, the audio input. All right. And then I had to use it a few times. YouTube can be weird. Yeah. And then this part can go into here. And then this part is a splitter. It splits. And then let me turn down the volume for that so I don't have echoing. And then you got a splitter here, and you put your headphones in there. Ba-boom. And then you got this. Now let me see. There you go. I can hear Grand Theft Auto 5. Well, the PS5 menu. I envy streamers that have internet capable of streaming 4K. Yeah, I don't know if I can stream 4K or not. My computer is not very good at handling 4K. My computer is a little bit older. Yeah, that's a pretty decent setup. Oh, I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, it's just, I got this computer like 3.5 years ago. Before I came to Japan, I had some American. They made like a custom PC. Like I picked all the parts and then they made it for me and shipped it to me. I guess they're okay. I guess it's lasted me this long. If you notice that there's keys that have, because the keys have worn off. So I had to use a label maker to fucking put like the letters on there. Now I have to make new labels because they're falling off after several months of typing. I type a lot. I type very fast and I type a lot. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe I should go ahead and just go live right now, because the only way I can go live from Elgato is if I cut this live stream and use my webcam to go to the next one, I guess. I guess that's what I have to do. Yeah. Label maker. Haha, that's too legit. Yeah. Let me check my messages real quick first. Ah, shit. I don't know what's wrong with my fucking phone here. All right, so time to burp the stream. Yeah, as much as I hate to do it, because I feel like I'll lose some people. Either people will think that I'm finished, I don't know, or maybe they are interested in gaming stuff. I will keep the webcam on. I thought I was gonna do live streaming with no face camera, just microphone, but maybe I'll keep the webcam on and do gaming at the same time. And hopefully people are interested in that. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream and set up the next one. And I should be ready in the next 5 minutes. I hope. Yeah, it should be pretty easy. So thanks for watching. For the people who are watching and are finished and maybe they don't want to join on the gaming stuff. And also thanks to the anybody that wants to come watch the gaming stuff. And hopefully I'll pick up some brand new people because I'll have a new title that says Grand Theft Auto Online, and maybe I'll have some new people come in, and that'd be cool. So I'll be right back. I will be back. I'll be back. I'll be Barack Obama. In the stream. Yes.